Hey, Giggles. Hey, we should be good to go. East Coast, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yep, Dusty's here. East Coast. Right back at to pitch some peanuts real fast.
Hello, everybody. I'm on my phone, so I can't see the chat. And there he is.
Hey, Dominic.
I thought it was just going to be Paul's chair for half an hour.
No, I had to pitch some peanuts.
Oh, okay.
They were
So,
knocking
hello
on
to
the
everybody
door.
in the chat.
Sunstar, Brenda. Brenda, how are you doing down there? I heard it's going to get bad.
Yeah, tomorrow. Well, tomorrow my time. Yeah, tomorrow my time. I think it's early Thursday
There's
morning.
TJ, Mr. Giggles. Hey!
There he is.
That's pretty good.
I'm holding my phone, so I can't clap. I'm on my phone because I'm not going to go in about half hour.
I think there's something called a one hand clap, but like I don't like you do this and you like just like a one yeah you
It's
have to like
it's called a
Ja-
wave.
I think it's called jazz hands.
It's called a wave.
a one hand
Yeah,
clap.
jazz hands.
TJ, there's something else. He calls a wave a slow clap, you know?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
a wave. That's funny.
So what's the weather? What's the weather for you, TJ? How's it going?
Well, nothing bad right now. I mean, it just kind of sprinkled a little bit here and there today, but nothing too serious. I mean, it's not really windy. It's kind of like a settle wind. So I guess we're just gonna wait till tomorrow and see what happens. Like after work tomorrow, but I don't have to be until 12. So just kind of see
Okay.
what happens, I guess.
Because you'd be pretty close to where it's going to come through, aren't you?
No, like I think Justin's in the path of it, I
So
think, right?
yeah, yeah. Okay, Justin's closer then.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're just gonna be like,
I thought it was going to come through Tampa.
yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna come through Tampa, but we're just gonna be like on the just on the outside of it.
Okay, so you're going to get sideswiped by it.
Yeah, we'll probably just get like wind and rain and stuff.
Okay.
So my
Well,
manager.
TJ, what you got to do is you got to get a big bulky outfit on, go outside and stand there and turn your camera on,
Yeah.
and like you're like lift off. You're flying.
Yeah.
There goes TJ down the street.
That would be a good short right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I know, Brenda. It's got to be a little tough on you waiting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I know. The waiting would make me go crazy.
Yeah.
TJ takes it as it comes, though. You know, it's like he's doing the one hand slap. You know.
Yeah, the one hand clap. Well.
Here comes Joe.
Hey, Joe.
What's up, Joe?
What's up?
What do you know?
What's up, Joe? What do you know?
Just got back from a Barnum Bailey show.
Yeah, right.
Barnum
Been one
Bailey.
all day.
Uh,
We had a clown here all day.
What time did the grandbaby leave?
About 20 minutes ago.
Oh, holy cow! They
Dominic,
sure
how come-
they
how
sure
come-
take advantage of you.
Yep.
how come you're pulling a mark and holding your phone? How come you don't like have your?
Because I had to come out early this morning.
Oh, gotcha.
He's
Yeah, I
got
can
a
see
new
the
batch
sun.
of girls we got to check on early.
Yeah, he's got new
Stop.
girls he's got to check on. He's got them out on the stroll. You know,
Yeah.
he's got to
Yeah.
collect the money on every corner. You know.
Forever eternally damned by it.
Yeah.
I could see the sun streaming in through the window.
They leap through the car window.
You're sitting in your car.
Yeah.
Go
yeah,
out.
he's out collecting the money.
Yeah.
You know, he just sits in the car and the girls come up to knock on the window. He rolls the window down, they pass him the money, and then they leave. And he gives them a not
Hey.
enough, go out and get more.
Get more, yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
He says, "What was that for? You got to charge more for that."
I don't know. I was watching a video of this guy eating different sandwiches from Wawa, and then like I think the third or fourth one was a meatball marinara sub or something from Wawa. I was like, man, that sure sounds delicious.
Mm.
It does sound good.
I think I might roll up there and get one.
I'm making me a rotisserie chicken sandwich right now.
Oh, there you go.
Roast. Yeah, the lazy man's dinner. Roast chicken, buy a roast chicken, big tub of coleslaw, and get some 6 bread rolls from the bakery. And that's the lazy man's dinner.
Well, that's
You
good
make-
stuff.
You can eat it for 3 days.
Joe,
Yeah, that's
bought
good
a
stuff
couple of
there.
Joe, you bought a couple of subs not too long ago that lasted you 2 days, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I do. On a
Stop.
Sunday, the market, and buy enough for 7 days, so I can be lazy and just chuck it in the fridge.
Yeah, this is the chicken I bought a while back. I had in the freezer.
Yeah, I've done that before. You freeze it into smaller packages.
Yeah,
And
when I
then
did, I cut it in half.
Where
Yeah.
where in Tampa does your daughter live, Brenda? Where does Brenda live? She lives in Florida, right?
Southern Florida.
Florida is what I
That's
is
what
what
that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I don't know what city she lives in though. I don't know if she's close to me or like in Miami maybe
She's
or
south and closer to the West Coast.
oh near I think where my mom's gonna be moving over in Punta Gorda.
Yeah, I think that's it.
yeah, pretty famous spot that one.
Oh, is it? Have you been there before?
No, I haven't, but I hear a lot about it.
Uh
I went to Miami when I was 13, so that's over 40 years ago.
when you were a whippersnapper.
Yeah,
He was whipping his snapper, huh?
Whipping and snapping it.
Well, Brenda, isn't your daughter going to come down where you are and be a little bit safer? Or no?
Oldsmar, okay.
Where your mother's moving?
Yeah. Well, I think it's more like well, I think it might be Oldsmar, but I think that's the city, I think. Randy, what's up?
Hey, Randy. She says, I live in Punta Gorda.
okay.
Yeah, that's where my mom's gonna be moving. But I think, well, damn, Punta Gorda is the city, right? Or is Oldsmar the city?
Punta Gorda is, I think.
Oh, and Oldsmar must be like the town or something.
Mm,
Well, that's where the old folks farm is.
The
mm.
Oldsmar. Yeah, Oldsmar.
OAPs. We call them OAPs over here, old age pensioners. The
Okay.
OAP.
Brenda says that her daughter is in Tampa and she's staying with her aunt.
We also call them gangster grannies as well.
Gangster grannies. That's awesome. Yeah, that's where she's moving to, Babcock Ranch, but I couldn't remember like what I think she's gonna be moving there, but I think Oldsmar is like maybe like the town, maybe.
You sure that's not the senior citizen housing? Oldsmar?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Hold on.
Oh, Mad Prop says, did anybody snag up a 100-watt Anker charger on Prime Day today? I just got a few 128 gigabyte Samsung Pro Plus SD cards for $12 each. Today's Prime Day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Haven't bought anything.
Hey, here comes
There he is.
the weatherman.
How's it?
That's gone.
How are you going, and how is the weather going?
Oh, that's fine right now.
Okay,
Nothing's
so
going on right now.
fine. That's good then.
Yeah, it won't be till late tomorrow night. So
Okay. Right.
we'll start filling it in the evening, but it doesn't technically hit landfall till like 2 in the morning. So
Why couldn't they time it better? 2 a.m. God.
I know,
It's
right?
bad at night. All the time bad at night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
'cause you
should
can't
have.
see shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They should have timed it better, so it got there at about what 6 or 7 in the morning. Yeah.
What's up, Randy, Brenda, Dusty, Russell, Jody?
You forgot TJ.
TJ's
Yeah,
on
don't
the
forget
panel.
about old Tej.
Hi to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, I was just saying hi to everybody on the chat.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say any of you guys either.
I would put that because I'm on the phone.
No, I watched Dusty's video earlier. I'm unboxing his generator.
Oh, great.
There it is. There she blows. There she blows.
Jumpstart the season and find your holiday spirit early this year at BalsamHill.com. Janice is eating Progresso Minestrone soup with Cardi B.
What are you watching, TJ? That's super loud.
What you-
It's the TV.
yeah, I know it's a what's the program?
Oh, I had, well, I wasn't really watching. I was doing two things at one time. I was scrolling through my phone and I had on Tyler Perry's Medea Goes to Jail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Always good.
Now she just turned on, I don't know, some kind of game show thing.
Oh, no. Game show.
Mm. Oh, okay. Gotcha, Brenda. What was that thing that Randy was talking about? The anchor charger?
You go and buy one.
What is it? What is it? What's that for?
Yeah, it's a big power supply, so it can charge up all your devices.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's one of those big. It's almost like it's pretty much. I don't want to say a generator, but it's got a lot of power.
It's just a big power brick.
Yeah, it's a big,
Just
big
a
ass
plug, I
battery.
think, huh?
Yeah, everything is a big power brick.
It's a quadruple
Yeah.
battery.
Like it can run quite a few shit off of it though. It's got.
If
I
it's
think
not
a couple.
not connected to the mains power, then it's just a big power brick.
How much you pay for it?
He said $23.
Oh, that's not what we're thinking of then.
No.
The hell's he talking? Oh, he
I
must
see
be
which one
talking
he got.
about Oh, he's talking about a Anchor 100-watt charger. Okay.
Right,
Yeah, I
100
got
watt.
like 4 of them.
Only 100 watt. That's nothing.
I
Here you
thought he
go,
was
TJ.
talking.
I found you something on Amazon Prime.
I thought he was talking
Oh,
about.
is that an Alexa thing? It's just
Yep.
like
An Echo Dot with the skeleton.
that's
pretty
cool.
funny. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
$57.98.
Yeah,
that's
come
not
by.
bad.
You need one of those. You need
I
one.
can see TJ with that. Yep.
Yeah, I could see myself with that
See,
as
there
well.
it is.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool though.
Oh, that's Jack Skellington.
Yeah, Jack Skellington. Yeah.
That was me before I met Laura.
Yeah, shoot, I like give me one of them.
Birds.
Go to Amazon
Yeah.
Prime. They're there.
I have a couple Amazon gift cards, anyways.
There you
How
go,
much is that?
It was
Was
like, what was it?
$32, wasn't it?
Is that what it was? 32?
No, $57. It was
Oh,
89.
57.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Justin, I have your
What?
power solution,
Oh, okay.
right? I guarantee over the next few days you won't lose power with this.
And
The wind turbine.
yeah, just put
There you
one
go.
of those. Put a couple of those in the backyard.
When that wind comes through, it won't be there.
Oh, I thought
No,
no. It was,
when the wind comes, that turbine will be making more power than you can know how to deal with.
Mm.
it says it's 39.99.
Is it?
They got about three different.
Oh, those have gotten cheap, man. Those used to be like a couple $1,000s for one of those.
Yep.
Well, then wind turbines.
How big is it though?
48 volt with controller, 800 watt, 12 volt, 24 volt, 48 volt. Wind turbine with 6 blades and 3 MPPT controller. Doesn't say.
800 watt. Mm. It'll be,
Oh,
you know,
you talking about
That must not be very big then.
you need a couple
Yeah.
of those.
It wouldn't work good in Florida anyway. We don't get a lot of wind in my area.
You're
Really?
gonna get.
You want to get wind occasionally, and that's enough to charge the battery.
Yeah. I think Mother Nature's got an answer for you tomorrow night.
Yeah, but
May
that
not
thing
get-
would fucking blow apart out in the fucking that kind of wind.
Yes. You may not get much wind, but she's going to give it you all in one big foul swoop.
Yeah. It saved it all up, and it's just going to give it to you in one go.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
Oh,
Wait,
Lord.
where's Laura?
Hello, Rod.
Hello.
Laura's
What's up,
in.
Rod?
Hey, TJ,
Yo, Rod.
you might need to duck.
Why?
They keep moving the center of that thing south.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Matty said in the chat that he was getting sandbags and such for his house.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
don't blame them because that's the one thing we're gonna get a lot of is
but they're
Wait.
talking about sandbags are useless when you get a 15-foot storm surge.
well, he's not on that side, so
Yeah, but they're saying that as it goes across,
Good deal, Laura. Good deal.
it'll push the ocean back in, and you're going to you might get a 15 feet storm surge on both sides of Florida.
no, it's only I think right now on the East Coast, I think the highest I saw was about
Well-
6 to 8 feet.
If I go to the seaside tomorrow and the sea's out at high tide, I know you got a bigger storm surge than you expected.
Yeah.
With all that rain that we've been getting, like
That's the other part. The ground is utterly saturated everywhere in Florida. So this raid is only going to cause flooding.
Yep.
yeah, that big old pond that we have in the back, the water was starting to rise.
I was amazed at all the sand that it blew. You know, there's businesses and houses along the shore that are just 6-8 feet deep in sand.
Sandblasted.
Yep.
Yes, Laura. Dominic is in his car.
Yeah, I'm in my car.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
so I've got to jump off in about 5 minutes.
Anyways, 3 to 5 feet on the East Coast. This side. Storm surge. So
What
The
is
only
the
big
what
one
is
is-
what is the blue lines indicate?
1 to 3. You can look up here at the top.
Okay.
Purple's the bad.
Mm-mm.
Purple or red are the bad.
So you want the blue and the
Looks
yellow.
like TJ
Wait,
might be
does
right
that
in the
storm
middle of
surge
it.
going to hit
Yeah,
Justin?
because I'm just
I'm too
I'm
far
trying
in.
to-
for that.
TJ's down here just beyond the blue line.
yeah.
A little ways. Justin, this thing was gonna go right over your head.
That's moved a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
The current path is it was real close up by my way,
Oh, no.
but now it's through Sarasota and maybe just a tad south of Sarasota over to Melbourne.
Yeah.
So
From
they
Mel-
did at one point, it was through Tampa, through Orlando, and kind of up here, just south of Edgewater.
Oh, it's gonna blow Melbourne back over to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne had a hurricane. I forget how many, well, a long time ago, but they had one come directly in and get them years ago. And this may,
That's a good point.
my bet would be that this track goes a bit further south, which would be great for Tampa. Because they don't need 15 feet of water in Tampa Bay, because downtown Tampa is only 4-foot elevation. So do the math. It'd be a lot of water and a lot of buildings. And still could be.
A minute.
So anyways, Justin, it's not going over your head anymore. And it'll be south of you, so you'll be on the weak side. Although that is the wet side. So if you have any problems with water, you're really gonna have problems with water with this thing.
Not my area.
And well, let's see what the rainfall total looks like. Here you go. In my area, I'm right here somewhere close to this red splotch.
Oh,
And that red splotch is 12 to 16.
What?
Inches?
The rain, yeah. The rain is on the north side of this storm. So wherever it goes in, everything north of there is going to get really fucking wet. So poor Justin is going to need his floaties.
I think I might send my Air 2S out and just kind of see like what the heck's going on.
oh yeah, put it out there tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The center line is over Frostproof, which isn't that far from me.
That's funny.
Guess
gotta
what,
hit it.
guys?
I'll see you
We've
guys
got a
later.
hurricane right now.
All right, Dominic, we'll see you.
Right on it.
Bye,
You
Dominic.
know.
Yeah, we've got Hurricane Kirk going right across the top of us right now.
And Joe, 2 out of the 3 models still have it even a bit further south. That's why I
Yep.
think it's gonna go a little south of even that track, which would be great for Tampa. Be great for everybody's homeowners insurance if it went through the swamp and not through the cities.
Well,
You
you
got
know
point.
that they're reporting. Everybody says, yeah, insurance adjusters have been out, but nobody's ever gotten any money yet.
Go. Well, they're not gonna get money right away.
Because I
Takes a
think
few days.
it has to come through the federal government, doesn't it?
No,
Mm-mm.
if it's
Depends
private
on who's
insurance,
covering
it
it.
takes about a week.
Well, then
Everybody's in
then
that
the other
mentality
hard
that they can get it right away.
The other hard part's going to get in contractors.
So here's
Well, yeah. You're gonna get contracted, but you get shady ones.
here's the other thing I've been really keeping an eye on is this chart. The thing's back up to Cat 5 again, but sort of at 36 hours. So it won't come on. So about 24 hours from now, it should be coming onshore. So it's going to be a 3-4 coming onshore. And then by the time it gets to my side, it's going to be a 3-2. This morning they were saying 3 coming onshore and 2 on this side of Florida. So Florida's not exactly very wide, so it's not going to lose much strength.
According to BBC,
Not going side
it's your
side.
most powerful hurricane in 100 years, but it's going to lose its strength quite quickly over land, but it's going to double in size.
I think here, let me share. If you ask me, Joe can So one of the things I saw like 2 days ago is one of the guys that used to work at National Hurricane Center. They had him on, and he said as it gets closer to Florida, it was going to start sucking in dry air. And Joe, if you look at this radar, you can kind of see this outer band seems to be coming disconnected, and you get this clear area kind of in here in between. So it does kind of look like it's starting to suck in some drier air. So hopefully that will spin this thing down a bit. Was not a fun day yesterday when it was 180.
Oh, I bet it was like hot as shit.
If it hit Tampa head on at 180, holy crap. We'll still be rebuilding 5 years from now.
Well, this is a video from the BBC. Apparently, it's the hurricane from above.
From the space station, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Sad
space station.
Oh, that's pretty wild and crazy.
Yeah. God knows what these guys are doing.
Oh, that'd be freaking
Apart
awesome.
from a ride of a lifetime.
Dude, I'd be
Yeah.
nervous as hell.
You hope the mechanics did their jobs well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the plane's gonna take a beating, so you hope everything's tight, screwed down
Just
tight.
hope it wasn't fixed by Boeing.
Yeah,
Now, when you were looking at that, you were talking about that wind shear. If you looked at the top of that radar, it was a straight line. That was that wind shear kicking it.
mm-hmm. So to me,
But
at the moment, it looks
It's not
like
gonna do a lot.
it's going to here in the next 24 hours. It looks like it's going to run into some challenges. Looking at the radar at the moment.
Brenda says in 24 years of living in Southern Florida, she's never applied for FEMA funds.
I think it was 34 years.
That's what I said.
Well, at the
34.
At the moment, it
I
needs
think
to
it's I think
go.
it's 24.
He did
I did
say-
say 24, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, I heard 24.
The moment it needs to go a little further south. Not that the people a little further south would be happy about it, but that would get it away. That would get it away from the major population center.
Well, some people have evacuated the area.
A lot of people have evacuated the area. I don't know whether you saw Dan's post on Facebook, but he's like, there's no gas in Florida. No gas until you get to Georgia. So he's like, cars were parked everywhere that ran out of gas.
That is the last thing you want. A hurricane coming through, you run out of gas, and you're in the car.
He stopped at a convenience station. Somebody stole his 5-gallon gas can out of the back of his truck. The dog eat dog world. Humans are.
Yep. Unbelievable.
I don't think humans are any better than freaking lions in the jungle. It's just dog eat
Humans
dog
are
world.
worse
Step
than
on
lions.
step on everybody. Yeah, I think the lions have a more organized community than humans do.
You've got to remember, when it comes to animals, they hunt to eat. Yeah, they don't hunt and put it on display and stuff like that.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Humans,
know.
we just do all sorts of crazy crap
Yeah.
just
I
for the
know.
sake of doing it.
Yeah, look at Ted Bundy.
I don't know. Humanity's not going to change until we nuke ourselves into oblivion and start over.
Well, that ain't going to be far off.
Probably not. And we deserve it because we'll have done it to ourselves.
Can't wait for that Sunday church service. And the Lord said, "Let there be light." Woo.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
The last light you'll
Lord
ever
said,
see.
Let there be light.
Let's see if the rule of life is the top answer. Is it just be nice? No! No!
In the salon. Yeah, can you just do something about my eyebrows? They're gone.
Yeah, not to those poor towns south of Sarasota what that water, but
It is gonna be, wherever it hits, it's gonna be bad.
yeah. Wherever it goes on is going to be
It's
bad.
hitting the Tiki Bar side, isn't it?
It's a small storm. That's the thing. You know,
No, it's not the right side.
its center at one point was only about 4 miles wide.
They're saying it's one of your biggest storms now for 100 years.
No, it's the 100-year
Oh.
thing was because there hasn't been a storm that took that path since 1921. I think that's where they're confusing it.
Yeah, if it comes on shore as a Cat 3, we've had several hurricanes that were way stronger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go back to Andrew it as a Cat 5 through just south of downtown Miami.
Yeah, what the 100-year thing was because they said there hasn't been one of those that took that particular path since 1921.
What category is it at the moment?
5 at the moment, actually.
It's a 5 at the moment. Go.
Because according to what the European weather thing, they said it's going to degrade a little bit, but double in size.
Right. Because as it slows down, it's like an ice skater, right? The faster it spins, the tighter it gets. So, in some ways, that's good and bad. Because when it goes in really high, the destruction's only like 30 miles wide. It's like a tornado.
What's up, person in the background?
Where if it's like a Cat 2, Cat 3, then it's like 70 miles
Who's
wide.
that, Rod, your daughter?
Yeah.
He came out the car and went back in.
Like, who are all these people on the screen?
I was watching Tracking the Tropics, and good news.
DJ, do you want a new trampoline?
A new trampoline? I don't think
Yeah.
we got room. We don't got room for a trampoline.
Well, you soon will have.
You even have
Well,
a
you got-
backyard at your house?
Just
Not
hang
really.
outside the front door and one will pass.
It might be. I could probably fit it like in the middle of the street, but I don't think like really in the backyard because there's a big pond out there.
Are
And
you in
there's
like?
No, it's in a big like community, like
Subdivision,
a
right?
yeah, it's a subdivision, like a community, and there's a big pond out there, and there's a slope that goes down.
TJ, are you in an actual house or is it like a duplex?
No, it's a duplex.
What the hell's a duplex?
It's two houses
Two
connected
houses
to each
put
other.
together.
Yeah, well, they're separated.
We call them-
but they're next to each other, like they're separated, but they're next to each other.
We
That's
call
not a
them either a
duplex, then.
detached or a semi-detached.
It's more like a townhouse. Well, I guess a townhouse.
Do you share a wall with them?
No, we don't. No, we don't share a wall. No.
And that's
So
not
we
a
call that a
duplex, then.
detached.
Yeah, a
That's just
duplex,
a-
you have a center wall that you don't know it, but it's where the rest of the house is on it.
No, because
Right,
ours.
you're
Or we call that a semi-detached. A duplex over here is a giant Lego brick for kids.
now TJ's in more of a townhouse one.
Our,
Is it two?
our
I thought
townhouses,
a townhouse was a 3-story terrace.
yes.
Yeah.
That's what we call a townhouse over here.
In which case, you've got a house joined on either side of you,
Not if you're at the end of the row.
unless you're the end terrace.
Now, if TJ was in a duplex, it would be like two. It'd be like 2-3 bedroom houses, but they'd end up sharing a center wall.
Yeah, that's what we call a semi-detached.
And
Yeah.
how anybody would ever buy a duplex and actually purchase it, being connected to another house, I don't know.
You ain't got a freaking choice over here.
All right, so this is where like the houses are like kind of next to each other, and there's a gap you could walk in between.
Yeah, they're called detached houses to us.
Oh yeah, you don't have any yard or anything. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You don't have no backyard or nothing, do you?
Technically, we'll be going
No.
to the store.
Wait,
There's like a big pond in the back there.
Like a holiday chalet.
yeah, I'm
That's
gonna
exactly what it looks like.
Since that's where all the thunderstorms are, so it's gonna be.
I'm just gonna go and brag on Facebook. I've got a bigger yard than an American. There's a first.
Are you talking about, Dre, if you buy the whole thing?
Yeah,
I'm saying I wouldn't want to buy into buying a house and buying half of a duplex is what I'm saying. Like, it'd be one thing if you own the whole building.
Yeah, but why? I mean, it saves
wouldn't wanna
space all the time.
Well,
wouldn't
because you
wanna
rent the
share.
other half out, and it's income.
No, but I'm saying I wouldn't want to buy into just, if I was going to go purchase a home, I wouldn't want
You
to
wouldn't buy a
half of-
semi-detached.
I wouldn't want to buy half of the building. I just wouldn't want to be attached.
They're called
to it.
townhomes for a reason.
Yeah.
Either way, if you buy it and live in half, you rent the other half out, or if you
Yeah.
can buy a whole duplex, it's a great investment overall because you got somebody else paying half that mortgage, or by back you may haven't paid a whole mortgage.
yeah.
It's a win-win no matter how you slice it. That's what
Well,
we
all I'm
have.
going to say to you guys, don't come to the UK. Because
Yeah.
terraced houses and semi-detached are all we have.
Like I
Well,
say, it's
We have detached houses, but they're a lot dearer normally.
And they're hard to get hold of now.
the hard thing now is I know here in California they don't really build them anymore. So most of your duplexes are very old. They're at least 50, 60 years old. Most of the duplexes, they just don't make them anymore. But like I say, if I can scoop one up, I will.
I mean, I could see buying the whole thing and renting out half of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You buy the whole thing, you rent out
What
half.
you do?
Rent out half, you can control who your neighbor is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want to buy half of it though and not know who.
No.
buying the
When I
other
say
half
buy,
of-
you're buying the whole thing, and you just rent that other apartment out.
Right. Yeah, that I get. Yeah. But there's people that don't do that. They'll literally just buy half of it. You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard that scenario because
I've never heard of that.
usually the property is sold as a single entity
Right.
itself. It's a single property, and it's just a duplex built on it.
Not here.
Yeah.
Mine's semi-detached. I've got another house attached to me.
Mhm.
Somebody else lives in that house.
David, did you have like a trampoline for sale or something? You trying to get rid of one?
No, it's about to get windy. Someone's down the road about to lose one. So I'll stick it out the door and catch it on the way past.
Yeah, some jackass didn't take their trampoline down. It always happens.
Hey, T, did you hear from
Yo.
Maddie?
Well, I texted him. I think I texted him this morning, and he said that he was. I think he might be back home by now, but said that he was.
Just tell him to respond to mine.
He said he was.
I haven't heard from him in like 5 days.
Yeah, this was this morning, so I told him to call me when he got up, and then he said he will when I'm able to. And I asked him if he was at work or whatever. He's like, no, he was at the hospital doing a program of some kind.
Ah, gotcha.
You guys talking about buying a half-plex?
No, buying a full duplex.
Yeah, I know, I know, but you said that you never heard of buying a half-plex.
Usually it won't sell like that.
Usually they don't. I have a friend who bought one in the next town over, and it is a pain in the ass.
I can imagine.
But yeah, you can sell half of a duplex. It's just an adjoining. You run the property line right down the middle, and you sell it's basically like an adjoining building, like in a downtown.
Yeah, it's just the problem with that is a lot of time duplexes out here, they usually have the same thing. They have garages with them. The garages are hooked together.
Yep, and they will also
that's the
usually when
semi-detached in the UK.
Usually when you do a half-plex, there is in the contract when you are buying, there is a division of certain common things.
Right.
Oh,
and that's why it becomes a contract nightmare is what it is.
Not where we are, because the two houses may be attached in the middle, but the property line goes through the middle of the house and extends either way. So your garden is your garden, their garden is their garden.
Yeah, that's exactly like a half-plex is here.
Yeah.
But then you have weird stuff if there's damage from one house to another, and then it becomes
Are those prices for rent?
Problem.
No, those are for sale.
But it comes down to basically just like being a typical
Who was showing
dispute,
that?
like neighbors. That was Mark, I think.
David.
No,
David.
No, I'm just about to show something. So, in the UK, we have your block of flats.
Then
we have the semi-detached, which has got no houses connected to either side.
No, detached.
Detached. Sorry. Then you got your semi-detached. Yeah, which is what you call a duplex. Then we have the more popular home now, the caravan or tent.
You've got a quasi.
We have a cottage.
And
then this one is a terraced house where all the houses are joined. And there's different types of flats. If you've got a balcony, they're actually called apartments.
Okay, I'm interested in this caravan thing. What's with that?
Don't forget the quasi semi.
You can actually rent caravans now because house prices are going ridiculous and they're not building enough.
The quasi is 4 houses joined together.
And also we have the traveling community that prefer to live in caravans because they can just hook sticks and go.
Yeah, I mean usually that's one of the deluxe features of the homeless people have.
Yeah, we have travelers here too.
Yeah. Well, they don't classify them as an actual housing. That it's just you got the motorhomes or whatever you want to call them, classified as campers. But usually nowadays, I know how in Southern California, a lot of homeless people are selling those to the homeless people.
Yeah, what you guys call trailers, your big static caravans that are so big, and then you build a frame around the bottom.
Oh, mobile home.
Mobile home.
Yeah, we call them static caravans.
A mobile home has an engine, as far as we're concerned.
Yeah, we would call that an RV.
They're becoming more and more popular
because it's a vehicle.
They're cheap to buy, and all you pay is the fees onto the camp that you're on, and get to use all the facilities.
Yeah, we have people who will live in their RV here too.
Yeah, and it becomes a nightmare because, like I tell people, those things are what they're designed for. They're for temporary travel. Everything else. And the problem is people get those things and they will live out of them, and then they will dump their waste right into the storm drains a lot of times.
Shitter's full.
Shitter's full.
Luckily,
Yeah, you seen the picture from when Donald did it.
Yeah.
Storm drains are not a sewer. it's for rainwater. It's not a sewer.
You're not allowed to do
You're
it.
not
catch
allowed
them all
to do
the
that over
time.
here. And
We
also,
catch them all the time trying to discharge that crap.
yeah, most static
You
caravans
also
over here.
have specific points where you can empty grey waste and black waste.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
You-
it-
but
we had
norm-
those here. We had those here, but those people are living out of it because they got sold this thing very cheaply. They halfway run most of the time, and they just park it wherever they can.
Yeah, you see, Donald did it.
So that's an example right there.
That's funny.
He was doing it right into his neighbor's backyard.
Well,
You could pull that off quite well, Don.
yeah. Well,
Now-
most static caravans over here, they'll either have a cess tank underneath, or they'll be connected to the proper drains.
Yeah, usually you'll have a black water, or you actually
Yeah.
plumb it out.
But he's talking about where people go out to dump it afterwards.
Yeah, do you guys know about the anal game?
No.
Yeah, I tried it once with Sarah.
when it-
Don,
when-
Don,
when
that's TMI, Don. That's TMI.
Whenever you see an RV or something going down, they always have a name on the back of it. And I've been taking pictures forever of these here. And if you put the game is to put the word anal before whatever the word is. So you have anal solitude right here. I found anal adventure or adventurer.
Hold on, TJ. Let him finish the joke.
Something Donald would do.
That's funny.
No, that's it. That's
pretty good.
it's a great game to play when it's an adult road game to play whenever you're driving down the highway. If you have a long road trip instead of playing I Spy.
Does it have to be on a
RV
a
or
motorhome
something?
or
Yes.
an RV?
Yes.
Does it have to? It can't be
That's-
just like some random like a restaurant or something, or it
Well,
can't be
that's
like-
not really. I mean, I guess you could play that game, but this game is to look at RVs. You see RVs and you look at the name on the back of it, and
you have to put anal in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
That makes mine
That's funny.
and then the model of mine is actually a Quest.
Anal Quest.
Anal quest.
I don't know, Don. Sounds like a crappy game to me.
It's a great game. It's a great game. I'm surprised that none of you have heard of this game.
No, I don't think I've ever heard of it, but it sounds fun.
Well, from now on, you guys are gonna be doing it. You'll be driving down the road and see an RV, and you'll be like, "Oh, Dawn."
I don't think so, but
Yeah.
nice thought anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one.
Yeah, anal auto trail doesn't have the same effect.
No, but you have like, what was the one I saw earlier that I was gonna drive back by and get a
That'd
shot
be
of?
funny if there was one that said gland on it and be like, oh, anal gland.
Yeah, what kind of RV would be called Gland?
I have no idea. I don't know.
No, there's one that I did a few years ago. Sent it to my wife. It was the Avenger, and it sounded like a superhero. The Anal Avenger.
The Anal Avenger.
Well, it's interesting to see what keeps you excited, Donald.
Hey, you're on a long road trip and you pass a bunch of RVs. It's a great way to giggle. It gives you a little smile.
Well, I don't think TJ needs any help giggling.
Yeah. That's funny.
Aha.
Right. So
Here,
we've
someone-
done pumping into storm drains. We've done anal spotting. How can we get this back out the gutter?
So when do they create an RV called a retentive?
I'm not the one who invented it. I don't know.
Hey, Don, have you never noticed an RV called the retentive?
Nope.
Hi, Johnny.
I'm surprised that
Hey, Johnny.
of all, and it's probably more of an American game, but I'm surprised that nobody else has heard of this.
Johnny's in the chat. I think he's on his phone. Joe is. Because he's on mute.
That's all. Yeah, back a few things. I said hello to everybody.
Yeah, Johnny's right. He says you can't split a duplex here, you know, as far as, you know, registering it as a, if it's got a common wall, it's a duplex. It isn't a separate.
He's also right about property taxes. If it's an investment property, you pay higher property taxes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the advantage if you live in half of it.
Sure.
Well, no, I mean, I pay council tax on my house. The guy next door pays the council tax on his house. I own my house. Next door rents it from somebody else that owns it.
Anyways, I finally got to fly the second drone that I built, the Proto 5.
It probably, if you're in a city limit, it probably is where the restrictions come in. Because they might have it zoned as you couldn't split the property. They probably would frown on splitting property.
No, then it becomes a house of multiple occupancy.
No, he's talking about in America.
I'm talking about,
Yeah, but here,
I'm
yeah,
talking about
over
selling
here
here.
we've got stupid laws.
Cities might frown on actually splitting the plots of land.
Yeah.
well, no, because they don't split the plot of land.
No,
My
they do.
If you sold half of it, you would.
I really want to go over and dive that cell
Yeah,
tower.
but you don't sell half of it. You sell a house. It just happens
No,
to have another house attached to
Mark.
it.
Mark, you
He's
don't know what I'm
talking
saying there.
about in the US.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying over here,
Over here, he just
it's just a standard house. Pretty much 90% of all homes in the UK are semi-detached houses.
Right. I'm saying here that's probably okay outside of a city limit. I'm saying there's probably probably a lot of cities would frown on that because of you would be replotting property lines.
places get more and more populated, you'll see more and more of it.
Right.
In the US, they've got more space than we have.
Yeah.
Apart from where TJ lives, where they can't even afford a backyard.
And out in the country, I don't think it probably big deal. People sell off parts of land all the time. They combine plots of land and no big deal. I'm thinking that if there is a restriction, it would probably be more of a city restriction.
Well, just think about it. New York is full of terraced houses.
Shut up. Oh,
The whole street is just one row of houses.
Mm-hmm.
Is this you? Is this?
This is the Proto 5, the one that has the battery on the bottom, the 5-inch with the battery on the bottom on all the red lights that I built. This thing was smooth as hell on this first flight. And as you can see, it was me whipping her out pretty decent too. So
Yeah.
And this is 2 o'clock in the morning, so you see how bright them LEDs are lighting up the whole neighborhood.
Damn. Oh, you went really high up on this one.
mm-hmm.
How high do you think you are there?
400 maybe. The hard part was coming back down and trying to get between the trees in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So I did it to come down and level out over the trees and then get back down into this parking lot. But this drone flew, bloody hell, this thing was smooth flying. With that battery on the bottom, yeah. No, it literally, I was just
Well, I
like,
would imagine it helps stabilize it, right?
yeah, it's got the center of balance is more centered, set up this way.
Oh, did you have the anonymous person that we know but can't say the name with you?
Mm-hmm. My spotter, yeah.
Yeah.
What, Beetlejuice?
I'm Beetlejuice.
It's a female.
Miss Beetlejuice.
Miss Piggy.
Beetlejuicy.
But I was quite pleased for a first flight. I wasn't fighting that thing at all. Yeah, it's battery on the bottom, Randy. It's a Proto 5 is the drone.
Hell yeah, Randy. Hell yeah.
You can go there. You can order it in the US from there. He's actually up in Canada, so if you order it off his website, it takes a little while to get here.
Hey, Mark, have you got your heating ready?
But he has a Proto 25, a Proto
It's
5,
always ready.
another 5-inch that's sort of a bashing 5-inch. And the one that I really want is a 7-inch that he's working on. He's got a completely different design that he's doing on the 7-inch that looks bloody interesting.
Well,
My, my
killed
heating has
two
been
birds
on for the past 2 months.
You killed two birds with one stone, Rod. You like to build, design, and fly.
I'm not a designer, but I can look at it enough. A lot like Mark, right? You can look at something and just go, yeah, this is kind of cool, or this is whatever. So his designs are different. That Proto 5 is a lot like the Emax Baby Hawk.
Indeed.
Just a bigger version of that frame.
Indubitably.
Don't back out
Don't
now,
forget the
Randy. We
hooga
already
booga.
sent- we
DJ
already
likes
sent
to
that
pet himself.
screenshot.
Indubitably.
Yeah, David, I've got my heating on. It's been on for 2 months.
You're gonna fucking need it this weekend.
But my thermostat is set for 17 degrees. So until it gets to that, it doesn't turn on. So far, it isn't turned on.
It might this weekend. It's going to be dropping down to 2 degrees.
Yeah. It'll still be 15, 16 indoors. All the heat coming off my electronic stuff keeps it warm.
Actually, Randy, I think TJ is actually an undercover FAA agent. And I think when he gets off camera, he's super serious. He's like, all right, guys, we got him. He's just been working the community for the last 3 years.
Yeah, we're all going to get arrested one day, and he'll be like, on this date, you said, booga booga booga. And TJ laughed.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
Go on, CJ, show us your FBI look.
Yeah, I could totally see a bunch of feds pulling up, arresting somebody. TJ getting out all serious. I ain't giggling now, bitch.
For Randy and everybody
Giggle
else.
this.
This is that.
Giggle this.
This is that Proto. This is that Proto 5, and you can see the battery underneath.
That's pretty cool though.
Mhm.
Jumps out like the fugitive. I want a 3-mile cord.
That's the
Bring
point.
around here. I want you to check
TJ
every outhouse, every barn, every.
TJ walks out there and he goes, giggle this.
Yeah. And that's the day when Laura says to Justin and Joel, "We told you to shut up."
Yeah.
Turns out Laura already knew.
Randy said TJ snitch and giggles.
Snitch and
TJ.
giggles.
Giggle this.
Giggle this. Oh yeah, I'm holding up a pair of handcuffs like giggle this.
You
Look
just
at
know
it. He's
Laura,
all,
And he whips off his sunglasses. Giggle this.
and you just know Laura's going to be stood there going, "Told you to shut up."
well, he's already messaging his handlers right now. He's like, fuck, they're onto me.
I need an extraction ASAP.
Speaking of
Secret
extraction,
agent man. Secret agent man.
Yeah, he's just going to one
Agent.
day just
I always
whip
thought that was talking
whip
about
the
a
mustache
secret
off.
Asian man. I thought it was about like some ninja or
Secret
something.
Asian man.
speaking of extractions, how did your dental visit go?
Oh yeah, did you have clean teethers? Do you have any cavities?
Tell me it went all Jennifer Aniston.
I got clean teethers. I knew I had a cracked filling back here, and it turns out that one of my crowns has an overhang that they're going to have to probably pop it off and replace the
Uh-oh.
crown. So I have a follow up in a couple weeks.
Uh-huh.
Giggle hands up, biatch.
And has your medical from work finished now?
No, we still got this. Me and my wife both went in at the same time, and we both need work done, which it'll cover most of it. We're gonna have between the both of us, the next few visits will be around $1,000.
Uh-huh. Right.
Well, yeah, they're
So this is that 7-inch that the guy is working on.
Well, that's cool.
Anybody notice what's different about it?
Yeah, it's too bigger.
There's only like one prop on it.
Oh, ignore that part. There's 4 motors. There's 4 motors, but look at it. Tell me what's different about
Oh
that.
no.
The props are 2 inches bigger.
Look, you hear him now? Now TJ's playing stupid, like he don't know nothing about drones. He's like, oh, tell me, Rob.
The
Well, no,
arms have got-
actually,
Where are the arms?
you've
where
got-
are the R?
both arms have got 4.
The arms are where?
Oh,
The arms
There
are on the
aren't-
top, not on the bottom.
How do you know? He might have crashed it upside down.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. TJ's checking his
So
regulations book now.
So the weight is below the motors, which actually helps with speed and efficiency. So
Only up to 99.
that's the other part about having the battery on the bottom is you get a better balance, but because the drone is pointed forward, then the battery is not essentially catching air. It's not this square thing on top of the drone catching air. So it's actually more efficient with the battery on the bottom. That's why racing drones are batteries on the bottom. Every one of them. So, but anyways, this looks like a really bloody interesting design. I want it just because it freaking looks cool.
Yeah, that does look pretty neat, actually.
Well, that picture is deceiving, TJ, because the
Yeah.
prop you see in there is attached.
It's a different drone.
Just
Yeah,
ahead.
it's a different drone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it looks
So
like it looks
he
like
lost that drone, by the way. He took it out on long range because that's just what it is. It's supposed to be a 7-inch long range, and he had it out and flew it, and ended up losing connection
It
and
disappeared.
yeah,
Bye bye.
bye drone. So
He didn't put a locator on it.
yeah, he's got it up here in the story, but yeah, he lost quite a bit of money in that build. But I'll be glad when he finally gets the finishing touches on this one, because this looks like a very bloody interesting design. Just like that Proto 5 and the Proto 25 were such interesting designs. Here, let me back up.
Hey, TJ, what does
So-
TFR stand for?
So there's
What?
there's the pro.
TFR is
So there's the Proto 5, and this one over here is the little 2.5, and this is
Nobody
his
tell
basher
him.
drone.
Let's see if he can think it through.
Wait.
Oh, he's
Don't
gonna
give
look
him
it up.
Don't cheat, TJ.
He's
See how
cheating.
he's playing. No, I was see how he's playing stupid. He's like, oh, GFR, what is that?
See that's the thing. Like I can remember simple things, but I can't remember like what abbreviations and shit stand for.
Anybody want to guess what I'm going to do during the hurricane?
Flight restriction, but the flight restriction.
Okay. How long are they in effect?
Twice fortnightly.
You're giving it away there, Don.
No, I'm not. That's the sad part.
I got the FR flight restriction.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Not thermal. What the hell?
Thermal.
You can only fly thermal drones, damn it. You can't fly regular
not
drones. Only thermal drones.
The T is shit.
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl?
No, that's not the P.
Pterodactyl. I think that's a P.
I know.
ATJ.
But
It's just like your job.
TJ, think about it. Thermal's not an F.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like my job. Oh, temporary.
Hey!
Temporary flight restriction.
Yes.
Yeah, we told him what it meant this morning.
Yeah, this
And
morning
then-
till now. he forgot.
Hey, it's this morning to now, and he forgot it. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Then I
STJ,
forgot. I was like, oh.
STJ. Man, it sounds like
It
you.
took me a while, and I was like, oh, FR is flight restriction, but then the T.
TJ's the same guy who can't remember to tell anybody that he's about to plug in, and then drops your ass out of the air because he plugged in. I told him next time he does that to me, I'm gonna kick him in the shin.
Kick him right in the shin. I'm
That's-
plugging in.
that's what
I'm
you-
plugging in. I'm plugging in.
That's when
Or I
TJ
could miss. You never know. I could miss
Yeah.
the shin, and it just goes a little higher. So my aim
Right.
might be a little off.
The moment you kick TJ in the shins, he'll lift his hand up and he'll say, "Take the hit."
Hmm.
You've got a clean
That sounds
shot.
pretty cool, Randy.
Hey.
Yeah, the guy in London that does that in London for YouTube. He's been arrested for terrifying people because he was going up and sitting next to people, and then looks at them and goes. He puts his hand to his head and goes, "That's the guy. That's the guy. Take the hit," and then runs off. So they just freak out and think they're going to get shot.
Either way, he's like, TJ keeps looking around all suspicious and shit.
Well,
Just
no, like
watching
I'm
him.
just
Yeah.
looking around my house to see what's going on. Cause like
Thanks.
I went to peek my head out the window. My neighbor's putting up his
Have
putting
you
up their
noticed? Nothing
their
ever
things on
changes
their
in
windows.
the background of TJ, so I reckon
That's-
Why the hell would they put their shutters on that far south?
It's all right. He's just
I don't know.
Well, sometimes it's about looks. People
He's-
want a
That's-
certain look to the house.
he's
That's
just
an FAA safe house right there.
wife
Yeah.
is gonna smack him in the back of the
And here's
head.
the other secret agent, Andrew.
Andrew,
What's up, Joe?
How you doing, Andrew?
I haven't seen you for a while. Where you been hiding at?
In the back
Well,
office.
had no power for a while, so
Oh,
We're not buying that.
Anyways, Andrew, you
Uh,
can
Been
go
on
to
a
the, you
different
can
job,
go to
haven't you?
those two URLs I gave you to look.
most of the whole upstate got literally nailed.
But I like that guy's
Hey,
frames because they're
Andrew.
different.
What's up, Paul? Did you get a new hat, TJ?
I've had this one for
It's
a
Johnny.
while, but I got it at the drone meetup.
Dre.
Johnny was giving them out, so I was like, "Oh, let me have one." He's like, "Here you go."
Dre's been muted for like the last 15 minutes. I think he's on the
He's
phone.
conducting.
he's on the phone.
Hello, Dre, if you can see me.
He's still at work, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's still only like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
only 3:15 there.
That sounds right.
See.
Are you flying another ship?
What's that?
Paul? Are you flying another ship?
Yes.
Dre don't go home, I think, till like 4 or 5. So.
Well, Dre waits till later to leave.
If
I'll be
Paul
back.
was,
Leaves early.
oh, he's going to fly another ship now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't actually flying another ship as we were speaking. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to see the microphone and the speaker. But yeah,
Technically, Paul is close enough. If he really wanted to fly from his house, he could. Now, whether that
Right.
falls in VFR, I don't.
Randy, when you say long range, how far do you mean?
VFR. You mean VLOS?
VLS, I mean.
Randy's building a drone, a 7-inch, long
The-
range.
VFR is a Honda
Why are you
motorbike.
making that? Why are you?
Nah, TJ
Wow,
fucked me
man.
up messing up the first letter. I was thinking visual flight restrictions.
I just touch you. You gotta stop growling at me.
Visual flight
Okay?
restriction.
VFR, visual
The
flight rule.
VFR 800 is a
Stop.
800cc
Stop growling at me. Okay?
Honda.
Stop growling at me. Stop.
Wow. Randy's really going to put in the
Stop growling.
put in the distance
Paul's-
there.
Paul's only about a mile from the water, so I mean, his drone would
No,
have no issue
I
reaching the
I
water.
said
He's even that far.
Randy's drone will be able to do 3 miles at least.
Stop.
That's a way to go, Randy. As long as you have enough battery.
Stop growling.
Ain't that right, TJ?
Yeah, that's right.
Stop growling.
Actually, all mine are charged as we speak. I just charged them up just like not too long ago.
All of TJ's batteries are charged up except for the one that's at the bottom of the lake.
Yeah, except for one. That's sitting at the bottom of the
I
lake.
don't think that one would be. If you end up getting that, send it to DJI. Would they exchange that for a new one?
Andrew.
I don't know.
It was
At the
under
bottom of a
warranty,
lake.
so-
How's he getting it?
That lake
It's
is full
called
of.
scuba. David, it's called scuba or
No, he
But they
willingly
just for a
threw
battery.
the battery in there.
Yeah, he threw the
Yeah.
battery in because it was swollen.
oh
It was
It's,
about to,
probably, it's probably
kind of
in the
like
belly of an
puffing out.
alligator by now.
well TJ, remember there was a second alternative to throwing it in the lake. Going
Yeah,
with
just
hold
put
Matt,
it in, put it,
going
put it
with
in.
Maddie, go to a
No, he just played
pistol
just.
range. Use it as target practice.
Yeah. Well, I don't shoot guns anyway. So.
You fucking knob.
I'm sure he's got one.
I mean, I believe that because I don't think they
Idiot.
normally arm FAA agents, do they?
I doubt it.
I don't
Donald
know,
might
TJ, are they armed or no?
The
FAA agents, are they
FAA.
armed?
I haven't had one approach me. Well, actually, I did, but I don't think he was
Oh.
armed at the time when he did.
Oh, he just walked into that one.
Yeah.
We know the truth now. You see that? He's like, they didn't, you know, I
Yeah,
never
like,
was
whoa,
given,
wait.
I mean, walked into one.
Yeah.
If you see a black piece on his belt, most likely that's you know, on his hip.
Want to see what I'm gonna do when the hurricane's
They are-
running around?
They armed the FAA with potato cannons.
This is my next year on that building.
Dusty just said that the hurricane just shifted south.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Uncle
it-
Bill's putting his
but it-
shutters up.
TJ, it could shift back north toward Tampa. Most of them have top edge Tampa on the low end, right over Sarasota and Fort Myers.
2 out of the 3 models are south.
So
Only
Right
the
now-
global is to the north where they
Yeah,
kind
but
of have the current.
Yeah, the thing is, though, is
Three-quarter-
TJ has built-in shutters. It'll take them 10 minutes to put them on down.
TJ, most
Yeah.
of them are on the south side of Tampa and Fort Myers.
So
He-
TJ,
Ooh.
so this is the one I'm building next. It's
Nope.
battery on the bottom too.
Oh,
Note the screen.
It's a 3-inch and it will be 6S. But he
That's
made
a
it
tiny
taller
little
than
thing.
longer, so it's not much bigger than a 2.5 inch.
So, I guess he added weight to it.
No, it's the battery on the bottom. Look at that
That
thing.
thing's pretty tiny.
Yeah, and he's got 4S on that. He's not running at 6S.
Is that the same class as your Tiny Hawk?
Tiny Hawk. You mean Baby Hawk?
Baby Hawk, yes.
It's a 3-inch instead of a 3.5 like the Baby Hawk.
No, but Dusty,
So
if
it's
he
a
wants
tiny
to put
hawk.
but Dusty, if he
But-
wants to put his shutters up, it's only going to take him like 10 or 20
But-
minutes.
That's a pretty cool looking little 3-inch drone.
Holy
Dusty,
fuck.
if you're evacuating, leave right now, and you should
Who
be
the
able to
fuck
get
did that?
somewhere
That
by
is-
3 a.m.
What?
Not evacuating. Dusty's staying in
The
it,
problem right
staying
now
around
is you
himself.
can't get gas.
Yeah,
It's
there
that
have
Laura
been
over, she's got plenty of gas. Ow.
there have been enough gas trucks to get to Tampa.
It's not
For
just Tampa,
people
it's
fill up.
everywhere else if you're going up and down the road. That many people evacuating. It's not that they don't have gas. They just got to get the tankers back to the gas
Dusty.
station, fill them back up.
Tell me
That's
this.
what I went and did earlier. I went and filled up my car and then
Dusty, Justin,
It's a
and
bad-
Rod, why have they not reversed the lanes of the highway?
They did
It's a-
yesterday. I-75,
Then,
including the berm. You could drive
Then
down the
why isn't
berm
it-
as a lane.
then why isn't that all over the news?
It was yesterday.
Wow.
And DeSantis announced it yesterday.
Well,
I
depends,
googled it and I got nothing for at least last 3 months.
Yeah, well,
Well, because some of this is falling down to the whole political bullshit.
Well, don't
that's
call
going on,
DeSantis.
too.
He won't take your call.
Oh, I saw that. I saw Ron DeSantis wouldn't take Kamala's call. You see
It's
that,
a-
TJ?
Oh yeah, he went the fuck off on her.
Bad choice of words putting evacuate and gas in the same sentence.
You mean the same one that went to Washington D.C. and didn't go visit Georgia and North Carolina or any of those? I don't blame him. I wouldn't take their damn call either.
But Dusty,
If you're not going
there's
to
a-
bring something from the federal government to the table and actually do anything for me, fuck off. I'm busy.
what are the
That's
odds?
pretty
that
much what it
she's-
boils down to.
Odds that the storm shifts back slightly north,
Well,
so it
Rod,
hits
the way you
Tampa?
look at that right there is that when they come out to hand out people help, you can say, well, Florida didn't want none, so we'll skip by.
Yeah, well, right now FEMA won't even let the NASCAR guys go deliver FEMA shit to those people. That's how much political
Well,
red tape the
FEMA
damn federal government has. I think we need to just get rid of the federal government. We'd operate more efficiently without it.
Well, we at least need to get rid of FEMA.
No,
FEMA's
we need to
barely
get a
doing
lot
its
of
job
we need to
begin
get
with.
rid of a lot of federal agencies. You know what the problem with government is? Literally,
Politics.
besides the politics.
It's too big.
No, and besides, it's too big. What's the fundamental,
Well, they gave
absolute
us
fundamental
roads.
problem with government?
Too much bloat, too much power,
What goes on
too
in
much
business?
corruption.
What
They
goes
gave us
on in
roads.
business? In business, you have competition.
Money.
Who's
Oh,
the
that's
Who's the
open.
competition to the government? Nobody. So they have no competition. So there's literally no emphasis on efficiency.
Yeah, I wonder if you could take them to the Monopolies Commission about that.
God's sake.
As far as I'm concerned, they need to outsource most of their services and let companies fight over it, and we'll end up with something that's more efficient.
Yeah, then we
Don't
do that
count
and
on
you'll
that.
find out a whole bunch of corruption happens. Somebody's gonna slide somebody some money on the backside.
Oh yeah. You and I both know. You and I both know that one. Yeah.
So that's a
What do you
no-win.
think? What do you think goes on in the defense contracts?
That's right.
Craziness. That's what goes on.
I can say it's too much gamemanship going on,
Mhm.
and people are in need who need the help, and not accepting the help or act like you don't know who's calling or whatever the case may be. All you're doing is screwing over your own people.
Well, DeSantis did say in that news interview that his office never did receive a call from her.
Well, that's odd.
So who's lying then?
That's right. Somebody's lying. Either the lady called or not. And it's not unusual for the vice president to call because other vice presidents call during natural disasters to keep updated on what's going on.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
heard
not
this
unusual.
morning she lied about calling him.
It would be extremely
Now you
difficult.
heard from what source?
It was on Fox News this morning.
From
Okay,
Fox
because
News.
Well, I'm
they
just,
interviewed
I'm just
her.
looking at I'm just looking at the updates now. It says it's expected to hit tomorrow.
Right.
That's what they said all
Andrew,
week.
it would be easy to prove if she did ring or she didn't because there'll be a call log.
That's right.
But across North
It's harder to
Carolina,
prove
got to
someone didn't
remember-
receive it.
You've got to remember they're all politicians, so they must have been lying.
Like I said,
That-
if I had to choose one though, at the end of the day to believe, I would be more inclined to believe DeSantis.
Of course you would. He's Florida, Mr. Florida, isn't he?
I'm just
but
saying.
David DeSantis is more believable than our vice president.
No. DeSantis
I'm-
is more
I'm being honest
believable
with
to
you,
you
David.
guys, but this is the problem, right? Your politics is polarized. You're either one or the other, and one won't believe the other, right? There's no middle ground, right? There's no working together for the better of the people. It's just the way it is.
I'm definitely on
Moving
Santa's
away
side.
from politics because all it ends up is in a massive argument debate.
You're right. A lot of people are one side or the other, and it's been like that for how many decades, Ray?
Hey, I'm
Well,
definitely on Santa's side.
Well, I put it like this: the protocol, it is not unusual.
nearly Christmas.
Most common, it is usually a vice president does call on the governor of a state to get updates or even find out what else is needed, just as the president is called. Because it's kind of funny that DeSantis said he's talked to Biden, But all of a sudden, he ain't talked to Harris.
Right, but he said that Biden actually made the calls. He
Well, it don't
admitted to
matter
that.
who. It don't matter who calls who. The call is just made. It's not a matter about who picked the phone up. Is that the
Right.
communication is been going on because Harris spoke to the governor of North Carolina, South
Yep.
Carolina, Georgia.
Yep.
And I said, now you're saying that she never called DeSantis. If you guys believe him, the call was never
Well,
made.
The only reason I would say there's more beef between them two, I would say,
Well,
than the other governors.
that's what I said. It's
Randy's
not
right.
when it comes to natural disasters. That's where the politics is supposed to go off the table. It ain't about the beef. It ain't about the left or the right. It's about the protocol of helping those in need. Because not everybody in Florida voted for DeSantis. Not everybody in any other state voted for whoever else they voted for. They're still American citizens, and it's an obligation of the federal government to provide emergency services in a natural disaster, period.
Right, but the only thing I'm going on is by the way that they carry themselves. When I listen to DeSantis talk, I feel like he actually gives a shit. I don't feel
Well,
like
I
he really
hope
gives a
so.
shit.
If
at
he's
the
a
end of the day.
governor, I hope he does give a shit. He's a governor. He's supposed to.
I don't feel that way when she talks, though.
Is
I
he?
try to give both sides a chance. I'm not always just.
I'm not putting any more credibility on either side. I'm just trying to tell you what the protocol is when these
Oh
events
no, I
happen.
understand that. I understand.
Dre's
that.
right on that one.
No, and I'm not disagreeing with him. I'm just saying is I was never really one-sided until about 3-4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like.
Wait. So you're
I was-
telling me that the insurrection turned you into Donald Trump supporter?
What
That was
insurrection?
3-4 years ago.
What insurrection?
There was no insurrection.
There you go, David.
Yeah, there was.
There you go. Justin don't believe it's an insurrection.
David, are you?
No,
referring
that
to
was just a
January
bunch of
6th?
people. That was just yes, that's what he's talking about.
It
That
was-
just
there was a
bunch of
protest.
people
So
It wasn't a
operating on a-
protest. It was a violent mob. People
It was a protest.
And they were operating under their own
That's an
validity.
insurrection.
Sure there were violent people in there. Just like any other protest you come across, there are violent people. That doesn't mean that it wasn't a protest.
you have a point there, Randy.
But what I'm saying is that was under their own validity, though. Nobody told them to go do that.
Volition.
Now, this
Whatever.
is
I
the
will
question.
see you all.
Hey, Don and
I-
Justin, this whole thing. Now, I might agree with the knuckleheads who went over to the Capitol, but I'm trying to figure out how do you guys dismiss the fake electors, I should say.
Because they're labeled fake does not mean anything. Here's the thing. When there was a dispute in courts at the state level, if they did not put an alternate slate of electors to go to Washington, then what would have happened was if the courts decided in their favor at the state level, but they didn't have alternate electors there, then they would have gone ahead with the irregular electors and it wouldn't have made a difference. So they prepped the alternate electors until the court case was settled, just in case the court case went their way.
Right.
The fact
But
that they're
also
called
a
fake
question.
electors is kind of propagandistic, because the same thing happened in Hawaii back in the 60s, I think it was. And they sent alternate electors to Washington as well.
After the fact, right?
When the whole country is
They
allowed
sent-
to vote, how can
They
you
sent
have
alternate electors
electors?
because they did not know how the count was going to turn out at the time.
Okay.
Right.
So they sent
What's your
alternate
point,
electors.
Donald?
And hold on.
Let me finish.
You,
Mark.
Let him
Dre
finish.
asked a question, and so I'm answering it the best I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Go
is
ahead.
that-
The floor is yours.
They are alternate electors that can be ignored, set aside. That is done at the federal level,
Mm-hmm.
and there is precedence for it. Is
Okay,
it
but-
common? No, it's not common.
All right.
But
Now,
then they're
go ahead.
labeled as fake electors by the side that wants you to think that we came this close to losing our entire country.
Okay, I say take out the word fake, but usually like what you're explaining, it is after a court decision has been made.
No. That's not true. The reason the alternate slate of electors goes is because the vote count is uncertain at that point. And so they say, okay, you know what? If the court case comes down this direction, we better have the alternate slate of electors to get ready to go if it comes down in this favor. So
But
you
who
send,
makes that? But who makes that decision?
that should be done at the state level.
Okay, well, I mean, there's got to be someone at the state level who makes that call.
And there were.
to gather those individuals together to sign documentation, legal documentation to support that effort. So that's why I'm saying that in most of the states, there was no one who said we need to do this.
I don't get what you mean by alternate elector when the whole country is allowed to vote. How the hell can there be any?
What
We have an
happens?
electoral system.
It's
Everyone
the electoral
votes,
system.
it's
If
not
the
an
vote comes
actual
down,
vote.
if the vote comes down, however it comes down, and how the state decides to allocate their electors, and usually it is, if it's a winner take all, then you get all those electors, and you send your electors for that party. That party sends their electors. So the party selects their electors, and they're the ones that go to Washington to say, yes, these are the votes for our state.
And
if depending on which party wins, a different group of people are the electors. So if it was
some of our alternate
still up in the air,
electors vote if
Everybody's
the
an elector.
primary cannot.
Anybody that votes is an elector.
no,
Not here.
you're confusing.
Mark, everything's different over in America, but I want to ask this one serious question. Right? If Kamala wins, are you going to accept the result? Or are you going to start throwing fake election, rigged, and all this crap around?
It depends on how much evidence there is one way or another. I mean, if you saw a election that you think there was some impropriety, would you just say, I accept it? Or would you say, hey, hold on, let's take a closer look at this?
And every election for the last, 4 or 5 presidents, almost every election has been actually challenged. It hasn't just started with Trump. I mean, Bush's second term.
Shoot, Hillary's still talking about hers.
Almost every
she
election
is.
has been challenged.
But the
That's
question
something
is,
that's happened.
how many of them have turned into the scenes that you had when Trump was thinking?
2016,
about the president.
2016, there were riots.
Telling
2016,
people to go to Washington.
yeah, the president says, go make your voices peacefully heard. That's
He didn't
a
say
right.
peacefully. He said go.
Yeah, he
make
did.
your
Yes, he
voices
did.
heard.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he
Yes,
did.
he
He
did.
said go peacefully protest.
He said,
He did say
go
that.
make your voices peacefully heard. If you
Yeah.
think otherwise,
They went. He knew that mob was already fired up, and he.
oh, okay.
So
We didn't know
one way,
David.
it went
We didn't
the
know
other
David
way.
could read minds.
Well, then why
David
didn't
is-
Pelosi accept help with the National Guard?
Yeah, he said they have to have peaceful voices. He didn't say nothing about their hands and feet.
Or weapons.
No, but what the crowd did at the end of the day was up to that crowd, though.
Yeah, and
If they,
David,
if
you
they-
asked when else did it happen? There were riots everywhere when Trump was elected in 2016.
yeah,
yes,
there was.
there were.
I'll pay you more this year.
Well, like I say, we'll find out here in about 35
Yeah, we'll
days
find
or
out.
so.
Earlier in the year, before January 6th, which gets all the attention, Trump was driven into a bunker because the White House was attacked. The
Mhm.
gates around the White House was attacked. The church across the street was set fire to.
Mhm.
Yep.
People
Yep.
don't talk about that, but that was just as much of an insurrection, an attack on the seat
Well,
of government.
that was the whole Bible incident where he came outside later on and walked across the street. And held
He
the
walked
Bible
across
up
the
and
street.
says, "I am Jesus."
No, he walked. He did walk across the street and took a picture after the place been cleared, and everybody wanted to make a big deal saying, "Ooh, he had the violence done so he could walk across the street and make a statement." No, people were trying to set fire to a building. They were attacking the gates. That's where the violence came from. He came out to try and calm things down, to say, "Hey, order is restored. Nothing's been destroyed. We're still good."
Do you see Randy's comment there in the chat there, Don?
No, I don't. I'm not watching the chat.
He said Trump is going to ride back into the White House. like
I
Mel
don't care.
Gibson
I
at the
don't
end of
like Trump.
Braveheart.
Trump is an asshole. I don't like him. But what I do care about is the truth. And propaganda on both sides is ridiculous.
It's out of control.
You got to agree. Some of Trump's policies are worked better than what that are in place now.
It seems to be
In your opinion,
it's not
and in
for
my
the better
opinion, I say
good.
they're not, but it doesn't matter to me.
Well, yeah, there are a lot of opinions, but you have to have fact-based opinions. Just like you had a very firm opinion that Trump sent people to protest or to riot, and I said he said.
Well, I saw what I saw on the news,
and I told you that he said to go make your voices peacefully heard, and you called me a liar, even though I was
I
right.
didn't call you a liar. I said
Yeah,
you
you
didn't
did.
say it because on our news, when we was
But-
watching that
okay,
whole
when
thing,
I said he said it, and
he
you say
did not
he did-
say go peacefully march to Washington.
And
Yes, he did.
He did.
He did.
But the news did cut that part out, though. So that you.
on a live broadcast.
No,
He said
Cut
it.
it
You
out
can
on
go
the
back.
live broadcast.
You can go back
The
and watch it if you want.
BBC, the
If you want
BBC
to.
in the UK went, I tell you what, we're going to cut that little bit out
Okay,
just to piss
David.
him off.
Okay, David.
It's
all
like-
I can say
it's like
is that you can go
Donald
back and
Trump.
watch it. You can go back
Yeah.
and watch it.
Easy,
There's
David.
no,
Yeah,
there's
like
no need to
Donald
stay
Trump,
ignorant.
right? Got upset when Channel 4 cut him out of Home Alone 2. That little bit of a scene there, they cut him out. And he threatened to sue the channel.
I don't know about that.
Guys,
but
I'm gonna go.
like I said, he's an asshole.
Later,
But-
T.
Get some stuff off
Hey,
for the
He's
patio. We'll
an
see you guys in the
asshole, and
morning.
I don't much like him.
Enjoy dinner,
But
TJ.
there is the truth, and the truth is he did say, "Go make your voices peacefully heard." Whether you were shown that or not does not make it not true. When I say he said that, and you can go back and you can watch the clips. I'm not. Go look it up. If you want me to go do research for you, I'll go do research for you.
I second Donald because I saw it too.
Like
I
I
saw him
said,
say it
there's-
too.
I second Donald as well. I think he's an asshole.
He's an asshole, but he was our asshole. For
He's
4
an
years.
absolute.
Yeah.
He's an
Well-
absolutely brilliant
Well-
businessman, but he's still an asshole.
Well,
You say he's a brilliant what now?
yeah, I was going to
businessman.
say, you might be drawing a line there.
You have
Nothing
not
to do-
followed Mr. Trump long enough.
Nothing to do with the politics.
Nothing to do with the
Well-
politics. You have not followed Mr. Trump long enough. That's all I'll say.
But
What,
look
you
at what the economy did while Trump was in office.
I've been taking notice of
And where
Donald.
was that economy at before he came in office?
I've been taking notice of Donald Trump since he bought Glen Eagles.
Who are Glen Eagles?
Glen Eagles is a very famous golf course in Scotland.
Oh, it's at the golf course. Well, I say Trump has been on my radar since the early 80s when he screwed up the USFL. And that has been widely publicized, documented between him and that Canadian knucklehead who owned the team in Florida. Thought they'd have a big swinging dick contest, and they screwed over a whole football league that affected a bunch of people who came out of college and played for him. My friend, personal friend of mine who I grew up with, played for him on the Generals, and he said they would actually stop practice when they got paid so they can go cash the checks before they bounced. So he has had a long history of not paying his bills with whoever works for him. He has had a long history of manipulating the system, which people say that's smart on his part or whatever, but we all think about everybody should do the fair thing, do the right thing. Mr. Trump has found a niche in his lifestyle of always skirting right along the edges of trying to cheat people what they should be getting at various levels.
Sounds like every politician I know.
There you go. And that's why I say,
Go
Rod,
on
that
4
you
years.
have to follow Trump closely for, in regards to what he did as a president. You have to follow that man close in his businesses, and a lot of his business adventures went upside down.
You know why both sides? You know why both sides? You know why?
Randy, I don't remember that one.
You know why
Well, he
both
wound up
sides
in court
hate
on
him?
just about half the businesses he got involved with. He wound up in court, and one of his old tactics is that I'll settle if you guys sign these NDAs. You can't talk about it. That is his
Uh,
that is his fallback position when he loses a court case. That I'll settle out of court, pay you XYZ dollars, but you can't talk about it.
Yep.
Standard practice for lawyers.
That's
It's not
right.
just him. It's
No, I'm
just
not
a
saying it's just
standard.
him.
It's just a standard thing.
Right.
But you know why both sides hate him? Keep in mind, he was building buildings. He knows where all the fucking dead bodies are. He had to grease people's palms on both
So-
sides of the freaking political aisle. And he
Mhm.
So
doesn't
I-
really and he doesn't really play the game the way they want the game played. And
So
that's
do
part of
you-
why they all hate him
so
because he's
do you
dangerous
think-
to them.
So, Rod, do you think Donald Trump knows where they buried Jimmy Hoffa?
No.
That's not what
No,
he's
but
saying.
he knows all the corruption on both sides and knows how to manipulate the corruption on both sides. Because as a
Yeah.
business guy, he had to deal with those people
Right.
as a business guy, so
played-
he
and
knows
he's played
exactly
on
what
both
they're
sides.
like.
Like I say, he's played on both sides. Like I say, you go
Yeah,
back
played
to
on
him.
both
that's-
sides.
He was a big Democratic supporter of the Clintons back in the day and stuff, and several other people. And he just flipped the other side when other side people on the other side came into power. He was supporting them. He just played how the rules were presented to him and took
All right.
advantage of his position.
So if we
That's all.
need to bet, okay, so if we need a better businessman in the White House, I'm voting Elon 2028.
Oh, fuck no.
He
Uh,
doesn't
Elon-
qualify because
Elon
he's not a
Musk-
natural born. He's not a natural born.
Elon
US
Musk
citizen.
was just with Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
couldn't be president anyway because he was African born. Right?
Foreign born, South African.
Yeah.
Well, I say roll on 4 years when
No,
you get
Frank.
Trump. Hopefully, Kamala will just stand down, and you'll just get two decent candidates that go politically against each other without the name calling, the point scoring, the violence, and all
Now-
that. And America can truly be great again.
You get two what candidates?
So
Decent?
you know,
Is that what you said?
Yes,
George,
decent.
George.
Who makes that call?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you guys.
You know, George Washington.
We did. It's called a
Mm.
primary.
And George Washington had it right when he said, because he hated the Whigs and the Tories, he said political parties would be the downfall of this country.
You said George Washington, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Washington literally said that. He literally he
Washington.
hated the Whigs
I
and
heard
the Tories. He said
Washington.
political parties
Yeah.
were going to destroy the
I
country.
heard
He literally-
Washington.
But make it funny, Rod, that he said that, but he would not accept the position of being king either.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like the founding fathers.
Where's George
believed in
Washington?
Small
We
government.
need him back. We need him back.
I will go back just a second ago, Dre. You were talking about he had bankruptcies. Trump did. He
Uh-huh.
bankrupted businesses.
Mhm.
But how many? 6.
I believe there's documented court cases of at least 6.
Okay, and he's owned over 500 companies, so that's pretty good batting
Oh.
average.
I
I'm not
think
saying
one of
what-
them
what-
was
what it is. That's like I said. That's
I-
just the facts, right?
Right, but everybody wants to say, "Oh, he can't be trusted because he bankrupted companies." But once again, like I said, I have to qualify. I hate that I have to qualify everything by saying I don't like Donald Trump, but the facts are people like to bring up, "Oh, he bankrupted companies," like that means he's a bad businessman. But he's owned like 500 companies. That's a pretty good batting
You know
average.
how many business guys have filed bankruptcy on their business in their lifetime of running businesses?
And it's
Almost
because I
all
always
of
want to come
them.
down on the side of the truth and fairness and away from propaganda.
You leave
Yeah, I mean, you got a point
This,
there.
this is my,
I
my,
always
my
have to-
qualifying statement. Mark was saying how an awesome businessman he was. I said, well, that can be weighed either way.
But and you brought up the bankruptcies, but then
Right.
again, out of 500, that's
Well,
not
I'll
a
put it like
bad.
this here: how many bankruptcies does what's his name in Nebraska have?
I don't
One,
know,
two,
I don't know what's his name personally.
You know who I'm talking about.
The Koch
You know who I'm
brothers?
talking about.
No, I
No,
don't.
not the Koch brothers.
No. The guy who has he's a billionaire, longtime investor and stuff. And he talks about how he pays his fair share in taxes. Matter of fact,
Oh, yeah, the guy on the Shark Tank.
no, he's not on Shark Tank.
No.
He's an older guy. Let me.
Oh.
have to look at it right now.
Oh,
Soros?
Investor.
No.
No,
no, he's the investor.
no. The guy that runs Berkshire Hathaway.
Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah,
Oh, you're talking
Berkshire
about
Hathaway.
Oh,
How many businesses
Buffett.
does he run?
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett.
Warren
Yeah, there you
Buffett.
go.
Thank you. Warren Buffett's the name. Now you want to compare businessmen? You compare Warren Buffett to Donald Trump. Same type of folks, almost the same age category, same history in business and investments, and you compare those individuals.
Right. And
you look at the track record, because you're talking about how Trump had all these successful businesses.
okay,
and I
but
point out the
you're
bankruptcy.
basically pointing out, okay, if you took 2 Olympic runners
Mhm.
and take third place versus first place and say, look how bad of a runner that third place guy is. He's a bad runner because he didn't run quite as fast as the other guy. You know what? You're comparing like the far ends of a bell curve.
Like I say, who remembers who came in third?
Yeah.
You're comparing the far ends of a bell
It's,
curve.
start,
mean, that's
it's
that's
starting
not
to get
even-
late, and I need to go relax and keep an eye on a hurricane.
If you don't
No.
come in
I'll catch
first,
you later.
nobody remembers.
Later on.
You all have
Rod,
fun. I'll
Rod,
probably
are you
fly
buying-
my
Rod,
Avata indoors.
But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean
Rod,
that
are
third
you
place
buying
is
a
not a good
generator?
runner.
Up, Rod, and stay safe.
Are you buying a generator, Rod, or what?
My what?
Are you buying a generator for the hurricane or what?
I already have I have 2 of them. Why would
Buying
I buy
a
another
hur-
one?
Buying a generator for the hurricane. It's going to hit you in the morning.
This one's
There
gonna
ain't
be
nothing
100
to
miles.
buy.
This one's gonna be 100 miles from me, so it doesn't matter.
Andrew, I
Yeah.
was in Home Depot earlier. There ain't shit left to buy.
Yeah.
Like people were literally buying pressboard to put on their windows because that was all that was left.
Mm.
Like they were buying whatever they could get. Dude, I saw people buying 2x4s because they were going to piece them together on
Well,
their windows.
Last weekend I was in Home Depot just wandering around. The gals said people were they were this close to fist fighting each other over generators at Home Depot.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
fine.
last weekend. You said
That's
you
last
can't
week.
expect nothing to be around this week.
Yeah. Who the hell is actually going to just sat there and go, you know what, guys? I think we need a generator.
No,
Shit.
like people were literally buying siding, like wood siding to put up on their windows because that was all that was left.
Yeah.
Like they were buying whatever they could get their hands on. And then what the plywood was left, actual plywood, it was like expensive shit. It was like $80 birch plywood. You know, it was like $80 a sheet. And these motherfuckers are picking up 12 of them, putting them on their cart. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like these guys are spending like $1,000 on wood just to board their windows up. Like, yeah, there was nothing left, dude. They wiped everything out. Like this Home Depot got two huge shipments of generators in this morning. They were gone within 2 hours. There's nothing left to buy. Everything's gone. You should have saw the wood section in Lowe's and Home Depot. It was completely empty.
Andrew, you should do what Justin did.
What?
He waited till next door and boarded up and fucked off out of town. Then he went and nicked the boards off the windows.
That's what you do.
And nick the boards.
Well, David, I'm about
I'm
3
might as well
hours
start-
from the coast.
Hey, you might as well just steal your neighbor's fence and start using the plaques off there because it's going to be gone anyway.
Oh,
That's what I said. These fence companies love when hurricanes come through.
oh yeah.
Their fucking mouths are watering, dude. 'Cause
Isn't that why you guys use a lot of chain
Roofers and fence companies.
No, a lot of neighborhoods, modern neighborhoods now, are all like really nice wooden or vinyl fencing. So that shit just blows apart.
What,
the
Justin?
wind.
What about that fake iron fence look?
Well, that
the fake
probably
fencing.
wouldn't blow. What are you talking about? Like actual iron rod fencing?
There's a fake fence that looks like iron rod fencing.
I mean, if enough wind can get through it without catching it, it'd probably be fine. But you got to remember,
200
wood,
mile an hour winds will knock anything down.
like, but wood and vinyl fencing is just like a parachute. If 70, 80 mile an hour winds catch those, they're gone. Like
Oh,
I said,
yeah, true.
when a hurricane comes through, you'll be able to see 20 houses down from you in their backyard because there's nothing left. Everybody's sharing a big ass backyard at that point.
Hey, Andrew, have you heard what Justin's plans are as well? Once the wind gets going, he's going to ring Domino's and order a pizza.
Huh.
But no, it's that, like I said, fences, in my old neighborhood, my neighbor, he actually went out, he had he owned a lawn business, had a big old landscaping business. And all his guys came over 2 days before when Irma came through, and they dismantled his entire fence and stacked it neatly in his garage. It was a vinyl fence. And all he left in the ground was just a post. That was it. And then 2 or 3 days after the hurricane, all his guys showed up and they boom, 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 reassembled his fence. Took them a few hours.
Smart idea.
Yeah, it only took.
Hey, guys, when I was managing Pizza Hut, we had a tropical storm come through, right? And we stayed open because it really wasn't going to be that bad. But the lakefront flooded. So people were calling up for deliveries. And I had an assistant manager. She looked at me and she said, "Oh, we're going to do deliveries?" I said, "If we can do them." So everything on the lakefront, I went and delivered because I had a car that could get through the water and I had press credentials so I could get past the barricades with the press credentials. So I was bringing the pizzas to all these people. People would give me $50 tips. I delivered 3 pizzas, get a $50 tip, you know. I made like $400 or $500 that day.
See, that's not what I heard, Dre, what you put in the chat there. I actually heard the opposite.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out what's going on because Randy's talking about how she withheld evidence on a guy on death row, but people on the right say, "Oh, she was soft on crime. She was trying to, make it so people didn't go to jail." So I said, "Well, that's not the word out of California."
Yeah, because there was a coalition of parents out of California that absolutely hate her that did an interview because they had kids with some of their kids had like cancer and different things like that. And because their kids were missing a lot of days of schools, these parents actually got arrested for truancy because of her policies.
Okay, so she administered the law that she didn't write the law. That was an educational law that she prosecuted parents for not having the kids at school. Now they have legitimate doctors excuses. I'm sure that all could have got worked out. So whose fault was it that the school district was not being told of the child's actual physical condition?
Well, as far as what the parents said, and I'm only going by the interview here.
Right.
The parents all said that it was documented with the school, and everything was documented between the doctors and the schools. And because of her policy, that didn't include that within the school policy that was okay. Now this is just coming from what the parents said, and all these parents ended up getting arrested.
I'm going to tell you about how that system works. What they're saying doesn't
But
add
you
up.
got to remember, this was years ago too.
Yeah, and like I say,
I don't know if it's the same.
This is what I'm trying to say to you. One, the district attorney does not create laws for the school districts. Okay, they prosecute people based on the existing laws that are on the books. So you just can't create a policy on your own to go after people. There has to be an actual law that was violated.
Right. I'm just going by what this interview said.
That's what I'm saying. So something's missing right there is, okay, why did she prosecute these parents? What law was broken in the penal code, or was there a district law that was violated on the students? There had to be some kind of law. Like I say, the district attorney doesn't go out and investigate themselves. The case was brought to her from someone else, either it be school police, school administrators, or local police, or other investigators have to bring that case to the district attorney's office.
I'll find the clip and put it in the chat if you want to watch it. It was actually a Dr. Phil interview with the parents.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That people think like say, "Oh, she messed up the whole state of California when she's attorney general." By how? She don't. Once again, laws are not made by district attorneys or attorney generals. They enforce the law that is by elected officials who make the laws. just like our Congress creates bills and create laws and statutes and everything else. That's all I'm saying. That when I hear those statements, it's like Don says, you know, when you hear certain statements, you got to go back to what is actual factual of what that person's authority is and what they're able to do.
So based on your experience, was she hard on crime or soft on crime?
She was hard nosed. She was hard nosed as Attorney General. I don't know what she did as a DA. I know there was a big rift on a guy that killed an officer, and there was, and not that she didn't prosecute the guy. She prosecuted the guy, but it's kind of like they were upset because she didn't go for the death penalty, which in turn again, the death penalty has been outlawed in California since I would say the late 70s, early 80s. So once again, you can get mad at people because they don't do what you want, but they do what they're able to do within the position of their authority.
Yep, I don't say much about her time as a DA because it's a lot of the stuff is misinformation coming out of that. As far as her blocking evidence, well, it depends on
I don't
how
know
much
that case, so I don't know.
I don't know it either,
so
but
I'm
it
not.
really depends on how much the original case relied on the evidence that you're claiming she's blocking, the new evidence that you're claiming she's blocking. It depends on how much the case relied on it.
See, from the research I've done on her DA time, from what I've heard people talk about, and I've looked it up, I've always heard she was overly excessively tough to the point where, like I said, like the parents were complaining that they got arrested for something medical for their children that they should have been exempt from. And that's where I'm saying people have complained about it.
Yeah, I'm looking at Randy's thing here. He's talking about the lab debacle. That
I don't know
lab,
nothing about that. So.
Well, when she became the DA, she had got information that there had been some mishandling of DNA evidence by the local examiner's office. She had to go back and throw out a bunch of cases because of the evidence had been tampered with or not been properly handled properly. Okay. And that's why a lot of cases got thrown out when she first became the DA. If that's what Randy is referring to. Like again, once again, you got to get all the background information of what's going on. So you really can't blame somebody to clean house for some dirty mess that happened before they came into office. When she got the information, she did what anybody should have done instead of keep going by the old boy club network and keep doing dirty business on people. She cleaned house and had to exonerate some cases.
Mark?
Yeah.
What these guys are talking about here, does this not sound familiar, what we've just gone through over here? Keir Starmer was the head of the Crown Prosecution Service. He was the head of the Crown Prosecution Service. As the head, he was not dealing with each individual case, right? But we've had politicians blaming him personally for decisions made by other people to prosecute people or not to prosecute people. The big one is the Jimmy Savile case, yeah. And it's like, it wasn't his call. He had to follow the law that was set at the time, which at the time would have been the Conservative government. But yet it's the Conservative government that are blasting him because he's not Conservative, he's Labour. He was just his job at the time. That's what happens. Lots of misinformation, and it's been blasted and blasted and blasted, and people think it's all true. It's not.
Well, like a lot of times, it's about how people dissect the information and they present it in a form that suits their narrative. Like I'm reading Randy's next statement is that she wants to use taxpayer money to give migrants and inmates sex changes. That's pretty radical.
Yes, in Indiana, there is one.
Okay. As I want to know when did this take effect?
Well, that would be up to individuals.
It's a recent case. Like
that would be up to individuals. Yeah, but that'd be up to individual states.
That's
That
wouldn't be a
what my
federal
next
thing.
question. I said, just because someone may personally feel about it, don't mean she gonna get it passed in law. That's why we have a Congress. That's why we
And
have a
that's
Senate.
why you have other states you can
Yes,
move to
but-
if you feel like you're.
But you also have to say, you have to take into account what the values are and whether they reflect what you value. Just to say, hey, it's not gonna, if she, I don't know about this case, but if it is something that she supports, you have a right to talk against that. Because if you disagree with it, you can't just say, oh, it's okay that she supports that because it won't go through Congress and we'll be okay. No, you stop it at every level if you can, if you disagree with it.
Well, I'll point something out. There'll be stuff that Donald Trump thinks, yeah, let's look at, Weinstein, is it Jeffrey Weinstein and Prince Andrew and how Donald Trump was friends with them. Doesn't mean he was involved in it.
Right.
But they're still twisting it.
Right, because a lot of people, when you're in that lifestyle of billionaires, you're going to meet each other, you're going to converse with each other, you're
Exactly.
going to do business with each other. But because one does something stupid, that doesn't mean the whole lot of everybody should be thrown in there.
The only time I say that people are guilty when it hasn't been proven in a court of law is when they stupidly get the checkbook out and pay the person off. If you're paying someone off, you're guilty. I'm sorry, you're guilty. Why would you pay them off?
And Jeff Crosby,
Why
that's
not? It happens all the
true
time.
Either.
I know it happens all the time, but why would you?
Because it's easier than fighting at other places, or it's a story that might be a controversial story and be just more hassle, and it's just easier to pay somebody off.
And Jeff Crosby, that's not true. That was contracts given to private companies to build the wall. That had nothing to do with FEMA.
I don't know.
It was the same as the government contracts for military stuff.
Was David referring to the payment of the young lady?
I'm talking about not the American side of that case.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the British side. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The guy that's been removed from office by the scruffies in his neck and been told that he ain't coming back. Get into the background, do one, part of the royal family, and he didn't have to pay it off because there was no legal jurisdiction in the US for our citizen, as he would have been. Yeah,
I
gotta
go
to stay out of the US.
All right, we'll see you later, Dre.
Hey, Dre.
There's later.
No, but I really want to address Jeff Crosby's statement there about the wall. Trump went to 3 or 4 companies, private companies. He said, "Build it. Give me what you think the wall should look like." All 4 of them built a section, gave them they put up their little portion of wall. He looked at all 4 of them. He picked the company, and they got the contract. It's the same as a military. Yeah, but it's the same as a military contract. When the military goes to Boeing and Raytheon, and they say, "Which one of you guys? Both you build me a plane, and whichever one we think is the best plane, that's who wins the contract." It was the same thing. That had nothing to do with FEMA. So I don't know where he got that information from.
Well, I'm going to agree with you on that one because that's how things should be done.
That's how all government contracts are done.
Well, it's not just it's in life. If you needed your house re-rendering, you don't just go and pick the first guy that turns up at your door and goes, "I'll do it." You get free quotes, or you get a couple of quotes, and you get references from other people, and then you pick the best. Yeah, well, that's how you should do it. Only a fool would just go, "Yeah, go on, then get on with it," because you're not going to get.
But that's exactly what he did with the wall. He picked 3 or 4 contractors. Like I said, they all came up with their own design of what the wall would look like. And then they presented them to Trump, and he picked the contractor he thought had the best looking wall. And that's who they gave the money to. And then they started building them.
I think the Chinese got the best looking wall.
No, Adrian's wall was pretty good looking until they cut the tree down.
I think they want to put the wall back up.
Who does?
Well,
Some people don't.
Texas has been putting their own version of the wall up with shipping containers.
They got stopped and were told to remove them.
I thought the Supreme Court ruled that they had the right to do
Yeah, the
that.
Supreme Court did rule they had the right.
That was the
Yeah,
buoys.
I
with
could
the
be
barb-
wrong, but
wasn't
but
that the buoys with the barbed wire?
no. But what I'm saying is I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it went to the Supreme Court and they ruled that Texas had a right to do it at the end of the day. I don't know. I'll have to look back into it, but I'm pretty sure that they were
Maybe, I
allowed
don't know.
to.
Based on your guys' information, what you've told me about each individual state having its own rules and regulations, why shouldn't Texas not build its own wall? You know, if Texas wants to build a wall all the way around it and say no fucking Californians are coming in here,
Because
they
it's a
should be allowed to do
separation
so.
of it's a separation of powers. The federal government is responsible for the borders of the country and interstate travel, or interstate relations in general. And for Texas to put a wall on any of their borders, what would stop them from putting a wall on their Arkansas border?
Okay, no, so the Supreme Court did side with Biden on that. Okay.
Yeah, well, Berlin put a wall straight through the middle of their city.
But then Texas found a loophole, and apparently they're using that
Yeah,
loophole.
you're
I'm not sure what
slightly
it is.
wrong there, Mark. Berlin didn't put a wall straight through the city. It was the German government settlement, and it was designed by the US and the UK. So basically, we put the wall through the city.
Well, and the main reason why Texas wasn't really supposed to do that to begin with was because immigration's always been handled federally, not by states. And this is why a local police officer or sheriff can't arrest somebody for being illegal. They really have no power to do that. And that's why the sheriff in Arizona got in so much trouble. And then Donald Trump ended up pardoning him during his 4 years that he was in, because they arrested the Arizona sheriff for enforcing immigration laws, and he wasn't supposed to be. Because he was the same.
Politically, your biggest problems is you've got too many departments that can't do fuck all. Because one state's got one rule, another state's got another one, and the federal says fuck the all for you.
That describes every government after 100 years, 200 years, 250 years.
Well, look how many what we call alphabet agencies we have. You know, there's like 16 or 17 intelligence agencies alone that all fall under the Homeland Security.
Yep.
A lot.
And Homeland Security, if I'm under the understanding, was created after 9/11 because a lot of the intelligence agencies weren't sharing information with each other. They were keeping it to themselves. And 9/11, there is a thing saying that it could have been prevented had they been talking to each other, and they weren't. And so the job of Homeland Security is to go to every agency, take the information they need, put it all together in one thing, and get the
which
big
is
picture.
stupid. And that's a typical way governments work. Their solution is it's too complicated, so we're going to add another layer to it.
Exactly.
Does that really make
We only have
sense?
one police force, and every officer has the same job as any other officer.
But
We don't have the
where's
FBI, we don't have all the other shit. We just have the one police force that deals with a lot.
where's the logic in making something more complicated that's already
There is no
complicated?
law.
I just said it.
There isn't no logic. It's
Yeah,
just
there is no logic.
Exactly. No logic.
basically what Donald's saying is somebody has a bit of money and they need to find a way of spending it. So let's create a bit more red tape, yeah, with that money, and ta-da! That's how you end up with 16 agencies.
But then you tell them that they have to spend it.
Yeah.
You look tired, Joe.
That's
I'm always
that's one
tired
thing
now.
that I would kind of like to see.
You had the baby?
Yep.
That's one reason I would kind of like to see Donald Trump get in again. because of what Elon Musk did to Twitter. He went in and fired at all the redundant people and got rid of them and cut a lot of the overhead.
The only
Yeah, people
problem
might
with-
complain that Twitter sucks now, but he got rid of
He
so
did.
many people, and it's still
I've got no
functioning.
qualms with him going in there and getting rid of dead wood, like you said.
Mhm.
My qualms is that now there are too many scammers and illegal porn.
Oh,
on there.
the worst thing
And
he
Well,
did.
Nothing
worst
gets done
thing-
about it.
The worst thing he did was to monetize responses on Twitter. So the more engagement you get on one of your tweets, you can earn money on that. So
Yeah.
people started getting rage engagement just to mine it for money.
Yep.
Well, David, it doesn't matter what country you're in, there always have been too many scams going around.
Well, I would say
Well-
you can't really single out Twitter because Facebook
can't-
is
no,
loaded
you
with
can't.
scams.
But
It is, but
Facebook do have some sort of control on it. But
Not really.
with X itself,
no.
if I say I got contact Just Eat and say, Just Eat, my pizza sucks tonight, right? Within 10 minutes, I'll have had 6 company people claiming to be Just Eat customer services, Just Eat executive office, Just Eat this. You've got to decipher which one is genuine, right? And then next thing they go, okay, we'll give you a refund, right? Can you just confirm your bank details? Bang, your money's gone. Yeah, and it's happening.
Yep.
They won't get me, but they're getting a lot of elderly people. It's happening more and more. But it's not just X that's the problem. Companies like Asda, Tesco, Just Eat, they need to get a grip of it as well because they can see these people responding. Yeah, they should have someone saying, "Do not respond to that person."
Well, that model of scam has been going around for almost a few decades now.
Yeah, but it's not. It's more prevalent now because you don't know who is who because, unfortunately, Elon Musk took away the tick and said, if you want a tick, anyone can buy a tick. I could go on X now and create an account, say, I'm Andrew, put a little tick on it, and pretend to be you.
Now, when you buy that though, they don't make you verify anything with any kind of identification or anything.
No, anyone can buy
Like,
it.
'cause
Pay for it.
Well, I'm
monthly
saying
fee.
like when you monetize, I'm just saying, for example, when you monetize with YouTube, you have to fill out tax forms. They want a copy of they want you to
No, I
take a
don't
picture
think
of
that
your
happens.
license.
Right, on
Like they don't do any kind of deep verification like that.
Nope, none at all.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Look at my football club, Preston North End. X took away the ticks from all football clubs, right? And then all of a sudden, you got loads of fucking accounts claiming to be the football clubs. Click this link and get this news. Sign up to our newsletter. Sign up for this. They were everywhere. And now
People
they've
are
got a little orange star next to the name. He had to bring something back in to find out. But he's not doing it fast enough.
People are doing the same thing to the Cajun Navy. They're creating new pages, pretending to be Cajun Navy and trying to solicit donations to the
Yeah.
Cajun Navy, and they're pocketing the money.
Exactly.
Cajun Navy, what the fuck is that?
They came in during Katrina, and right now they're in North Carolina helping people displaced by the hurricane.
Never heard of them.
Joe,
Once that hurricane goes through.
Yep.
you want to tell Justin the
It's a bunch of
definition
guys from Louisiana that come in with their boats. They go through and help people.
Okay, yeah, I never heard of them.
Did
And
you
they
hear
have
what Laura
helico-
just said, Justin?
now they have
No.
helicopters.
Yeah. Laura said, you may not have heard of them yet, but you will do once the hurricane's been through.
And they're trying to get Kubota
Hi,
or
Laura.
Bobcat. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Andrew.
What the hell?
He's like, oh,
What about Mark?
hi, Joe.
You're not going to say hi to Justin and Donald?
I've spoken to Justin today. Hi, Donald.
Hello.
And silence. Oh.
But what about the
Yes.
chair? Say hello to the chair.
No. Have you told him what I've done to your hair?
No, I didn't get a chance.
I'm still laughing.
So,
What is it?
as you guys all know, when I've not got my glasses on, I'm pretty much blind. I'm like Mark. No glasses, no see. Right? I'm in the shower and I feel down, there's no shampoo bottle. So I said to Laura, where's the fucking shampoo? She went, it's the white bottle on the side. Opens the curtain, I see a white bottle, I pick it up, tip it on my head. I'm like, Laura, why the fuck's my head burning? Not that bottle, that's my hair dye.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I've now got really dark brown fucking hair.
It's black.
It's nearly black.
It's temporary, David.
No, it's not. It's permanent. I didn't buy permanent hair, guys.
Apparently it's permanent.
Can you please turn on the camera?
No.
Turn on the camera. Turn on the camera.
Okay, if you don't turn on the camera, then I don't believe a word of those lies you just told. I think Laura wouldn't have done that to you.
Well,
Why are you throwing Laura under the bus?
So you got brown streaks all down your body as well.
What's brown? Oh, from
Brown
the hair
streaks?
dye? No, because Laura knows a little technique to get it off your skin. Marcella water.
Sandpaper.
Sandpaper. What are you doing?
I do know if you dye your hair too many times, too many different colors, and then swim in the chlorine pool, your hair turns blue.
Your updated credit score. Fuck off.
Is that from experience?
A friend of ours did that.
Well, chlorine is a bleach.
And she dyed her hair a lot, so. So what's for dinner, Don?
Jesus Christ.
It was gonna be breakfast, but my wife and I are both kind of like, after the dentist appointment. We think we're just gonna do a fend for yourself night.
That's what we did tonight.
leftovers.
What did
We're trying to eat up some of the cold stuff just in case.
I'm thinking I'm gonna pop some popcorn.
popcorn? I thought you were just.
Check your messages.
Not really that hungry.
Laura's just sent you a picture using my freaking account of my hair.
David, you could put that on your
Laura,
soundboard.
why couldn't you have had like pink hair dye in there?
Why
That
didn't
would-
I get a copy of it, Justin?
Well,
I need you to send that to me, Justin.
Oh, am I sharing it or what?
I
Well, it's
don't know
on in
if
my
we should
head. I don't
Share
know.
it.
No, put it on screen. On screen.
What's that, an echo?
Yeah, what was the echo?
It's because Justin's sharing and it shares his microphone.
I mean, it's not bad.
Wait, who is that picture of that old woman?
That was me, dear.
I ain't even gonna lie, I was thinking the same thing. But
That was David? I thought that was
Yes,
some old
David.
person too. I thought that was somebody's mama.
I thought it was somebody else.
it was like, I hate it here.
Laura sent me a picture of her hair, Justin, and a funny face for some reason.
Hey, David, you know what the worst thing about watching my
Said don't
grandbaby
show
is?
it.
The worst thing about watching my grandbaby is we watch Bluey and they got that little song and they go, Mum.
You watch Bluey's with you.
And then
watch
grandbaby sees mom
Bluey.
and she goes, Mom.
Mum.
Yes.
Dad,
Say hello to Paul. Say hello to everyone else.
Bye, Paul.
I have heard some dogs love Bluey.
Introduce her to Monty Python, then she can go.
no,
Right. Did you say some dogs like Bluey? Bluey?
Some
Great news to you.
dogs like
Dogs like
watching Bluey.
I'm getting ready to do a short. The little bitty Donald Trump duck I have, she absolutely loves it. She walks over and she gets it, hugs it, and kisses it all the time. And I got video of her hugging it and kissing it. And I said, "That's Trump." And she goes, "Trump."
Oh, nice.
I'm about to put a short out of her doing Trump.
Um,
What are you laughing at, Justin?
I was looking at something. Just watching the hurricane.
Yeah, Laura said you're not allowed to share that picture. I say you can.
Oh, you want me to share it?
Justin, you do, and I won't play Fortnite with you ever again.
Share it.
Now, was that a threat or?
That's a promise.
Share it, Justin. Share it.
Just
Full promise?
It's a bit.
Raise your hand if you don't want to see Laura no more. I'll send it to you.
No, don't send it. Share it on screen.
No, I'll send it to each person that wants to share it.
Donald.
Send it.
It looks like I'm going to be co-hosting on Gary's show again this week. He just put me up on his thumbnail.
Did you even know?
Cool Cat, do you even have a ponytail?
I mean, it was just kind of a last minute thing last time, and that's okay.
I just threw out some
Resolve
Suave men's vegan shampoo
Wait.
because the shit smells like a
Ponytail
garage.
conditioner. What the fuck
There
is that?
there isn't such thing.
I know there's a beard conditioner you can buy. That's fucking expensive.
Beard.
Yeah, you can get it from Manscaped has it.
It's very expensive.
Manscaped is one all the YouTubers be pushing. It seems like, and I love when I've listened to their, when I see these people get sponsored by them, and like every other week they're promoting some new razor, and they're like, it has its quantum cutting technology. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
Lee
so
Evans does a good sketch on that. He goes on about every couple of months they bring out a new shave, and he goes, the closest shave you can get.
No, it's closest shape your nan can
No, he goes on about that. And then he goes, how about you just get your face and stick it right into the razor blade and you can't get any closer? And then he goes, Gillette, the best your nan can get.
Oh yes, Gillette.
But that's the thing is like every like there's a couple YouTubers I watch that are sponsored by Manscaped, and it's like every other week they're coming out with some new razor and it's got some new cutting technology, and I'm like, bro, razors are not advancing this much. They're repackaging the same fucking razor over and over and giving it some fancy name.
David, Cool Cat was referencing your ponytail. About the ponytail conditioner.
I don't have a ponytail.
You tell him that.
It's a man bun, okay?
Not even that. It's just down.
Oh, here comes Dre again.
Well,
actually, Dre, that would be Jim that knows about Manscaped.
Oh man.
Remember when Jim did the Manscaped live on his live stream? He dyed his mustache and everything. That was Jim from Above and Beyond Drones. Oh yeah, it was no. He had the Manscaped and he did the Just for
now
Men.
we can hear you. Now we can hear you, Justin.
Was that? Did you see my comment?
Yeah, I said no. That was Jim from Above and Beyond Drones.
Justin, I am going to take the pain and the punishment for this, just so you can keep your Fortnite partner.
Oh shit!
Oh boy.
Guess Davis. Guess Laura's moving out promptly. David's locked out. One of the two. Come on.
No, that's my revenge for what she did.
Yeah, like I said, you're lucky it just wasn't like some pink dye or something.
She was looking at ginger
worse.
hair dye this afternoon. And then she decided she wants to get the dark brown. What's that other one you got there?
I got mahogany, but it's not come out that colour.
She didn't know whether she was going to go mahogany or dark brown.
Was she picking wood grain or what?
Well, they're just called, it's just different colours, isn't it?
Like,
yeah, pine.
I kind of have to
I'm
agree.
going to be honest.
Gray though.
I was losing the will to live this afternoon when she was looking at her dyes.
That it's surprising that you know so much about Manscaped. I thought you were more of a lady chic guy.
Oh, there we go. There it is. I was waiting for it. Actually, men's razors are actually better anyway, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't come with the pink tax.
Yeah.
Well, it is that when a woman uses a man's razor, it goes blunt.
Well, when men's razors tend to be a little better because men's hair is more coarse.
Yeah, I know, but when a woman uses it, it goes blunt.
That's not enough.
I've eaten about 4 of them.
Not enough.
Okay.
Donald, you have a question from Cool Cat.
With my razor.
I answered.
Ah,
And it
nice.
don't do anything.
Old man Periwinkle.
That's not the Jim we were talking about anyway, Cool Cat.
Oh, sure.
We were talking about Jim from Above and Beyond Drones. That was way before you came in the community. He hasn't been around for like 3 years now. Dre knows who I'm talking about because he's been around not as long.
Dre's
as I
been
have,
around a
but
while.
longer. Actually, I think Dre's been around longer than I have.
How's the sandwich there, Paul?
Well, yeah, 60 odd years.
Or bread? Good.
You calling Dre old, huh?
Did you actually hear what she said?
Yeah.
Justin, did you hear what she said?
What?
I don't think
Laura
Dre's
said?
as old as me, but
What was that,
Oh,
David?
what?
Laura, when Justin said Dre's been around longer, Laura went, well, obviously he's older.
yeah.
Ain't an insult to me.
But I'm just going to say something here. He may be older, but he don't look it.
Look, he already put his tie down too. Something's going on.
I got home and had to go out and change one of my solar lights on my fence post. I noticed it was out this morning when I went to the gym. So
Was it
I
just one
thought
of the
it-
ones you buy at the
I
store?
thought it was the battery.
Yeah, just change the rechargeable battery in it.
Well, yeah, sometimes it's that, but like I say, sometimes it's the because they're out in the sun all day, the sun really bakes it, and sometimes it warps, so the battery doesn't get a good connection.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right.
shit in California and the sun gets baked really quick.
Yeah.
Because it's like never any clouds in the damn sky. It's just sunny all the time.
Right. So I had bought some more, lights about I think it was into last year what it was. So I had another kit here. I just replaced the top and put it on there.
It's sunny, what, 3/4 of the year?
Yep.
More than that.
As I said, out of 365 days, I think we get 340 days of sunshine.
Yeah, you get about
we're
2 4
completely
weeks worth of
opposite.
rain.
Out of 365 days of the year, We get 367 days of rain.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, David. The next one's storm name will be Kirk.
Kirk's already here.
Well,
Yeah.
the next one coming around will be Leslie.
Why are we going backwards? We're already on Milton.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go in order, alphabetical order.
Yeah, surely the next one starts with an N.
Yeah.
The next one that's about to hit Justin's area
is Milton.
That one's name is Milton.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's another one
Yes.
coming out of the off the coast of Brazil that I think Joe had said is going to hit around the 18th.
Yeah. Well, Milton's supposed to hit us as a tropical storm at the end of next week. And it's not going to hit us, it's going to hit north of Scotland.
So what are they going to call the next one? Naomi?
Could be.
Nigel.
I don't know.
Or they can call it.
It's got to be a woman's name.
It has to be a woman's. They alternate.
Yeah, next one will be a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it could be a Naomi then. Yeah.
Yeah. Or Nigella.
Mm.
Yeah.
Storm
Cool.
Nicola. Storm Nikki.
Cool
No,
cat.
answer the phone. It's Justin.
Cool cat that don't watch that
Storm
movie
Nancy.
again. Cool cat watched a bad movie, so I said, "Don't watch that movie again."
He doesn't remember what it was called.
I got one for you, Don.
What's that?
Watch a movie called The Thicket, with Peter Dinklage in it. He just came out. I watched it. It's like a Western right at the turn of the century because there is a motorbike.
Yes. I saw
and
the
it-
trailer for that. It looked good.
It's not bad. There's some holes in it, but it's not bad. It's not bad, but it was an interesting watch. I watched that the other night.
Yeah, I watched the movie I watched this week was Joker 2.
Oh, okay.
And
People give it shit, and I think a lot of the anger is because it is not Joker. It's a different movie. It's a different thing. Some people don't. If you don't like musicals, you're not going to like it.
Oh,
I love
wow.
musicals,
I
and
definitely won't.
Oh,
I did not think it. I thought it was a pretty good movie. It wasn't as good. I don't like it as much as the first one, but I think it's fine.
So
Jody.
Joker's just randomly breaking out and dancing song, huh?
Well, you got Lady Gaga in it, so I guess they had to use
No,
her.
he's
Well,
not
see-
randomly breaking out and dancing. No.
well, Lady Gaga is already weird, so
Well, the James Bond film had Grace Jones, and I don't remember her singing in that.
There's the link for Trap. if
Living
anybody's interested
Daylights?
in that movie.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
That chicken salad sandwich was great, Andrew.
that's good.
Yeah, the other one I
Wait,
bought.
But
He ate something with salad in the name?
No, it was a chicken salad sandwich, but the salad sort of fell out and went down the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Just
I
a chicken
reckon.
sandwich.
I reckon we should 3D print Paul a little slide goes from his table down to the garbage disposals and just like shoot.
I don't know. That's the fun is scooping it out and putting it down the garbage disposal. That's the fun part.
Well, I was saying, Don, the other movie I bought, which I know is a popcorn flick, is the Killer. Was it Killer's Game or something with Dave Bautista?
Yeah, where he puts a
Yeah, he
contract,
puts a contract
out
on himself. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that probably tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, that one. I haven't watched just a fun, stupid action movie for a while.
Yeah.
so
Talking about stupid movies, Kangaroo Jack.
so
on,
you thought it
You
was
like John Wick or Deadpool?
I like
So you
Deadpool
thought
2 or
it-
3. That's
So
I
you
saw that
thought-
one, but I wouldn't call that one just a dumb action flick.
so you thought Joker 2 was good, right, Dom?
It was not Joker. It was not. If you like the first one and you want the second one to be a carbon copy of the first one, you're not going to like it. If you don't like musicals, you're not going to like it. If you enjoy musicals and you want to see something different than what you saw last time, with the same characters, yeah, it's an enjoyable. I
Mhm.
prefer the first one, but Joker 2 was perfectly presentable. It was good.
A song kind of like Les Mis
It
was?
wasn't as it wasn't as impactful as the first one. But that first one is really hard to top.
Did you say Joker's 2 was a musical?
Yes.
Oh, God. I'm gonna take over
See right there. I can tell.
David,
There's your
David,
warning,
it,
you will
Lady
not like it.
Gaga.
I'm gonna say something that might get a lot of hate, but Grease sucked. There, I
What?
said it. I put it out there.
Shame,
Grease sucked.
shame on you. Shame on you.
Considering
won't
the
take
source,
away-
I
No,
wouldn't
no,
expect
no,
anything
no,
less.
no. I
Are we
won't take
talking
away
Grease
from.
the film,
I won't
Grease
take
the
away from.
country, or we're
No,
talking Grease out the pan?
I can't believe
Look,
you said that, Justin. It gave me chills, and they're multiplying.
Like, look. I don't take away from the movie's iconic background and its cult classicness that it has about it, but
And the-
I think
John.
I don't like musicals, and I thought it was a stupid movie.
I even liked the second one.
Well, the second one I didn't get, but the first one I'll put like this here. I liked the first one so much. And I was a teenager when it came out. So I was like, what, 79 came
Mhm.
out? 80
Oh,
around
those
that time?
black leather pants.
So, Justin, what did you think
Well,
about
my
Footloose?
thing was this though, Justin. I saw it at the multiplex
Andrew.
at the mall, and then my friend and I we ran out of that, ran across the street to the other movie theater, and watched it again. Same day.
Told you. Bye, Andrew.
As we call it, Olivia Neutron Bomb.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so what did you think of Footloose, Justin?
well, Footloose wasn't a musical.
I felt the same kind of thing with the Blues Brothers.
All right, then what about Little Shop of Horrors?
The
Little
Blues
Shop of Horrors. Suddenly Seymour is just a beautiful song. It doesn't get nearly enough credit in that movie.
Yeah. I think the Blues Brothers was excellent, but the
Yeah.
Blues Brothers 2 was weird.
I never watched Blues Brothers 2 because there was no such movie. It was Blues Brothers 2000.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I was never a fan of them movies either. I just don't like musical type movies. Not my thing.
That's okay.
Like Sarah
It's a matter
loved
of
the
taste.
like. Sarah loves those kind of movies, like and TV shows. She was a big Glee fan back when that show was on. She likes those kind of shows and movies. But
Yeah. But he did like High School Musical, didn't you, Justin?
Like,
Sarah watched that too, I think.
was it Pitch Perfect?
Never saw it.
That's
Never
not
saw that one?
That's
It's
not
not.
a musical, Pitch Perfect. It's more about
It's
Well,
about
the style of
it's
singing.
about high school.
Oh, I thought it was a college
acapella
glee club.
singing.
No, it's college.
College glee
Oh,
club.
oh, yeah.
Perfect pitch.
Perfect Pitch, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I
You
don't.
said-
I'm
you
not a
said
big
Pitch
fan of
Perfect.
outright.
Pitch
Pitch
Perfect.
Picture
Perfect's a
Perfect,
completely
whatever it is.
different film.
It was close.
Yes, there's two Blues
I like-
Brothers films. Okay.
Outright musicals. I gotta warm up to it. There are movies that have singing in it at the appropriate time. I can live with that more than anything else. But this outright musicals, yeah, I'm a little slow to warm up to that.
It's musicals are really polarizing genre.
Yeah, just like I couldn't deal with the one with Ryan
Now, is
Gosling
that a-
and what's her name?
Yeah,
Now, Donald,
La La
is that a
Land.
sub? Is that a
Yeah, La La
subgenre?
Land. La La Land
Oh.
was. I felt only reason I think got the amount of praise that it did because it was an ode to Hollywood type movie,
it was,
And
and it was beautifully shot.
and Hollywood loves itself.
It was beautifully shot, and I do really enjoy the ending. Was great how they gave you a taste of the romantic ending that you would normally have and took it away from you. Oh, it was pretty good. It's not
Now-
one that I would go back to and be like want to watch it over and over again.
Well,
But-
now I got a question.
I couldn't get through past 20 minutes.
I got a question for Dre and Donald. Now, is the musicals a subgenre?
Musical is a genre.
It's a genre itself.
Remember that whole
Not-
damn argument for 2
Not
hours?
a sub or a sub genre.
But it's kind of like when Steve Martin came out with The Jerk, they did Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, but the one Pennies from Heaven.
Mm.
Wonderful musical.
The Hunt,
But it was
the
a
Hunt for
failure
Red
because people
October
didn't want a
was
musical.
tough genre. Was that too subtle?
What was that? I didn't catch it, Mark.
The Hunt for Red October was a subgenre.
The Hunt for Red October?
Yeah, it was
A
all about a
sub-genre.
submarine.
A sub.
Oh,
Sub-genre.
Oh,
Jesus.
okay.
I gotta go
okay.
move the dune buggy out in the yard so my son can use the garage. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
You got to go and recover from that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the first time I've heard Mark leave you guys speechless.
We had to think a little bit there.
Mm.
Okay. All righty.
Infamous.
I guess we have ran this into the ground, Paul.
Well, Donald's gonna be right back. You can continue on.
No, I'm about to get off here. Everybody's home now. That is Oh, we home. Can at least wait till Donald gets back, Paul, if you're gonna shut it down.
Well, I'm not gonna shut it down
Please.
unless everybody wants to shut it down.
Well, I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay.
go shortly.
Well,
'cause-
usually when one person leaves, you're like, all right, let's do this.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll see you folks in the morning.
Okay.
All right, later.
Either.
Paul, do you ever
Yeah.
get that feeling that people are talking behind your back?
Why? Who's talking behind my back?
Well, they're not anymore because it stopped.
We
You
don't
had an
talk.
advert on the
Oh.
TV, it was just loads of
Fuck.
heads talking shit on the screen because of them adverts.
Oh yeah, you've got adverts on you.
Oh yeah, I hate that. I don't know why. The others, I've got the same thing playing on another computer over there, and it doesn't get the advertisement.
Download an ad blocker.
It must be
Uh,
the way you've logged into your your YouTube account.
No, it's the channel doing it. In other words, it's Stream Time Live. I think is getting revenue.
Yeah, but it would
That's
show.
a YouTube
It
thing
would
as
show on
well.
both computers in that case.
Even your live stream has adverts in it now. Every so often it will just break off for an advert.
Oh, really?
On the replay.
Yeah. And have you seen the new adverts?
no.
The new place to put in adverts.
I mean,
Pause the video now on YouTube. They're going to put adverts in that in the pause area. So your video will pause, but you'll have an advert on your screen.
yeah, Art's channel shows adverts during his live stream, beginning, end, and a couple, and like every half hour.
Yeah, it's
that's because he has mid-roll ads turned on. That's why.
That's because Art is money orientated.
It's not. They're making it compulsory. Certain accounts have already been forced onto it. Like I said, there's going to be when you pause a video on YouTube, you're going to get an advert in that where you pause it.
Yeah, but when you monetize, you have control over mid-roll ads. It's in your
I'm not
studio.
monetized.
So what it does is if you turn that off, it will play an ad at the beginning. It will play an ad at the end, but it won't play anything in between. That's the only control as a creator you have over the ads on your videos. Yeah, but most creators,
the other day, they're now forcing mid-roll ads.
Well, I don't know if I looked into it about a week and a half ago, and it was still in there as being able to turn it off or on.
Yeah, well, it's
So-
it's one of them things that they're rolling out to accounts as they're going. You know, like I had that change where the layout, where everything changed, and I couldn't go back. Well, they finally gave in and moved it back. But it's all that shit.
But it's weird, the adverts at the beginning as well, because some of them will allow you to skip the ads, some of them won't. Some of them have 2 or 3 ads stuck together.
think it's stupid having it at on a live stream. It's stupid because if the advert kicks in, by the time say Paul's gone, hi everybody, welcome to my channel, explaining himself, we've missed all that because of an advert.
Yep.
Yeah, and the person you're talking about's always asking for money everywhere.
Yep.
I'll just leave it at that.
He is.
Oh, who's that?
The little guy.
Oh. See,
The
I
hell-
don't go over to his channel other than just to maybe stop and say hello and get the hell out again.
Mm.
You pretty much do that on everybody's channel.
Yeah.
He does that with my channel. He'll come in and say hi, and then he's out.
He's been on my channel a few times and stayed at hang around, had a good chat.
So tomorrow night around the evening time, I'll be doing a live panel as long as the weather ain't
All right, we're
extreme
still
around
arguing
that
about
time.
musicals yet?
Now Dre left in protest. He admitted defeat and left.
What was he in protest of?
He'll be back on in a minute now.
When I left, it was about the subgenre.
Yeah, we've not actually said much since then.
Oh.
Cool Cat had something in the chat there for you, Donald.
So did you say you were putting the buggy away because you've been out in it today or something?
No, my son had some paint work. Had a friend of ours do some paint work on his car, and he also replaced the headlights while he was at it. So since he replaced the headlights, they need to be adjusted and aimed. So he's going to do that in the garage with. He wanted to know if I had a backdrop that he could use to aim the headlights at while he adjusted it, and wanted to use the garage to do it. So I had to move the buggy out of the garage so he had room to do that.
All right.
Isn't that one thing that those type of cars with the up and down headlights, haven't those always been a big pain in the ass with like braking and stuff?
All depends on the mechanism they use. Quite often they use vacuum, and if that gets a slight leak in it, then they don't work properly.
So what? When the headlights are down, there's just a constant vacuum going?
Oh, what are you talking about?
Or is it just like a seal?
Different. Are you talking about his car? His
Yeah, his
Miata?
headlights.
Yeah, different
his
car.
headlights.
Sorry.
Okay.
And no, those are motorized. There are cars that use a vacuum, and those get very droopy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it actually pulls a vacuum to lift them up, and when you turn it off, the vacuum goes away and they droop down. Well, if you don't get a good vacuum, if you have a vacuum leak on that system, you'll get droopy headlights.
It'll look like your car has a lazy eye.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool Cat's just talking about the ratio stuff. He said that he hated musicals with a few exceptions, and I said, well, most movies suck with a few exceptions. So, if you look at the ratio, why are you singling out musicals? Why not just say, I hate most movies?
Bugsy Malone. That was a
Bugsy
brilliant
Malone was great.
musical.
Yeah. Willy Wonka. But he's asking you guys and Justin if you guys agree with that statement. If people say, I hate most musicals, I could say, well, or if you say most musicals suck, okay, well, most movies suck. Why are you singling out musicals? Is that logical?
Well, I can only say the ones that suck that I've seen. And I just didn't like them because I just don't enjoy musicals. It's just not my genre of movie. Now, like I said, I don't take away from what the movie has done as far as being considered iconic and it has a huge cult following. I'll give it all day long that the movie did what it did, and
Right. Are there some
it has
musicals
its-
you do like?
So far,
Did you like Willy Wonka?
when I was a kid, yeah, not so much. I wouldn't really watch it anymore. No.
No, the new Willy
I
Wonka.
haven't
No, I'm
even
talking about
seen it.
classic. There is no new Willy Wonka in this.
And I haven't even seen the new one, so I don't know even.
Well, the new one is a
tell you.
musical.
I have not
Yeah.
seen the latest one.
I haven't either. I haven't seen either. As a matter of fact, wasn't there 2 newer ones?
There was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp, and
And
it
then
was
there-
not as good as the original Willy Wonka. And then there was a new one called Wonka
Yeah. I haven't seen either one of
with
the 2 new ones.
the guy from Dune.
But like when I was a kid, I remember watching like Mary Poppins and all that. But now as an adult, that's just not my genre of movie. I don't like it. But I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna take away from the movie's iconicness.
You're not going to
of the
say
movie
that
itself.
all musicals suck.
So no, because
they're
I've
not
never.
for you.
Which-
I just have never had one that I've enjoyed.
Which guy from Doom? Moab Dib.
Yeah, Paul.
That's 3Ds.
I'm enjoying. I have the kid that used to live next door. He's reading through the Dune series, and he hasn't been able to read for a while. But he started reading before he moved back over to Kansas. But I still Facebook message him every once in a while about his reading, and he is getting through. He finished Dune, and then he got into
Which one is it? God Emperor of Doom?
no, it was Children, not Children of Dune. That was the third one. Dune Messiah was second, I think.
Mm.
And then Children of Dune, and he keeps on saying this is just getting insane. I go, just wait. He hasn't gotten to God Emperor yet, and it's just like you just wait, just wait.
It is
Didn't they
hard
just
work
redo?
sometimes getting through it, but
Didn't they just do 2 new Dune movies recently?
Yes,
Yeah.
mm,
And I think they were on Netflix, maybe.
and they
Part one
and
or
they
two?
were
I think I watched the first one. I didn't
they
watch
were
the
good
second one.
as far as telling the story.
I'm pretty sure I watched the first one. I'll have to go back and look.
I've got the original on DVD and the books.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of rereading Lord of the Rings right now, but I told him that as soon as I'm done reading those, I'll hop on Dune to catch up with. I'm going to reread those because I haven't read them for a long time.
I can't do that.
Can't reread books?
I can't read books, no.
Oh, I've read Lord of the Rings easily. From junior high school to my mid-20s, it was every year I'd read through them.
I
I've
mean,
only read the Silmarillion once because it is a slog, but I'm starting to get the itch that maybe I could read it again.
yeah. I mean, when I used to get a lot of books out of the library from the science fiction section mainly. But I used to go in, I used to pick a book out, I used to open it anywhere, read about the first 5 or 6 lines out of the page and go, no, I've read that one.
Yeah, Foundation. I've read Foundation.
Foundation and Empire.
Probably 3 times.
Mm,
Read
they are good. Have you managed to read any of E. Doc Smith yet? He
did like the John Carter.
Yeah,
didn't he?
John Carter's good. Mm.
Didn't he do John Carter?
No, John Carter was what's it? The guy that did Tarzan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
God damn it, can't remember. Gone out of my head.
No.
No, I have not. I don't think I've read any of these.
E. Doc Smith did the classic Lensman series.
Children of the Lens.
Yeah. The first book in the series is a bit heavy going, but after that, it's good.
The name sounds familiar. Did he write short stories too? That would have been in a collection.
Possibly. In science fiction magazine, more than likely.
Mm-hmm. Let me look here and see. Look at his short works.
And yeah, Moorcock did as well. Moorcock did a lot of short stories in those magazines too. Ursula Le Guin's a good writer as well.
I was never a book reader when I was a kid, or even growing up. I haven't read a book I can't remember in years and years and years.
Oh, I could read when I just settled down and read. I could read 3 books in a day.
I guess that really depends on the books too.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to be interested,
like the
especially if
dime store novels. Like there was a series of books, the Destroyer series, which Remo Williams you might know.
Yeah.
There's a movie made off one of the books, but I would read through those Remo Williams books one a day. I called them popcorn books because they just went through so fast.
Yeah. I read a lot of Neville Shute as well.
There you go, Donald. There's your 3 non-frosted flavors they sell.
Yep, there they are, right in the center. There's my
He's
classics.
doing all. I didn't even know they had Snickerdoodle. What the fuck?
Yes, it's not bad. They are very soft. My wife got some, and they do taste like Snickerdoodle. They're
Banana bread. Banana bread.
She got those too.
Boston cream donut.
Yeah, those suck.
I haven't had those.
Boston cream suck. Don't get them.
Don't talk
I've had
about
all
my Boston
those.
cream
What are
like
they?
that.
Pop Tarts.
Yeah. Peach cobbler. I haven't had
Peach
those.
cobbler. My wife got some peach cobbler, and I had one. It's so sweet. It's ridiculous. It's no good. If you don't like
Okay,
it.
never mind.
Pie.
If you don't like sweet, yeah.
Well, Snickerdoodle has to be sweet.
Snickerdoodle was very sweet too, but it tasted like a Snickerdoodle cookie, so I gave it a pass. I just considered eating a cookie.
Chocolate chip pancake. Dude, I haven't heard of. See, all these ones I've had. I've had these, but
Yeah,
most of these I have never even heard of.
Those 3 front and center are front and center for a reason. They are the classic.
Yep. Interesting. I'm gonna have to watch it. I actually watch his channel. He's a fucking moron, but I watch him.
Shoot, I was just trying to think of what I want to eat. I think I got the brown sugar cinnamon. I might go get me some.
Well, there's the link in the chat if anybody wants to check his video out later.
Hey, Paul, I'm gonna jump off.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael,
Yeah.
the Cloverfield
Yeah,
movies.
I actually
Oh, go ahead.
got 2 hours sleep today because at 1 o'clock she was trying to kick one of the dogs. So I brought her to the back and I laid her down. It's time for you to take a nap. And she slept for 2.5 hours.
So you slept for 2.5 hours.
I slept for 2 of them.
I put baby girl on my chest and got her to take a nap earlier, and I was watching a show while she took a nap, and I drifted off, and I think just as I drifted off, she woke up.
Yeah, that's 2 days in a row. I've got her to go to sleep for a couple of hours. So I think that's going to be a regular routine.
Now, how many days are you going to have her this week?
I got a 5 this week. Hopefully next week I have a 2.
Now hold on, Cole. Hold on, Michael. You haven't had none of those now. So I think Michael would have a fucking field day if he went into Walmart.
We can get Tarts. Just
I'll see y'all later.
Not all
See you
Okay,
later morning.
Joe, we'll see you in the morning, right?
Yep, I'll be here.
Okay.
See, that's how you know when you're in
Later.
America, Mark. I didn't even know half of those existed. They got fucking Apple Jacks ones. I didn't know that was a thing. And that might not even be all of them. That might have just been the ones he was able to find.
So, yeah, cool cat.
wanna-
Cloverfield, those
Hey,
two movies.
Justin, they're just reporting on the news. that they're changing the voting rules for all those states that are hit by the hurricane.
Huh.
What are they going to change it to?
They don't know.
Oh,
They don't know.
my
It says
stomach hurts.
they're in the middle of figuring it out how to change the rules.
For people who are now have no fixed abode.
But I was going to say, Michael, those two movies, those two sequels to Cloverfield, were actually other movies that the studio bought, and to mine Cloverfield for the name recognition, they went ahead and kind of just tacked them into and filmed some extra scenes to stick them into the Cloverfield universe.
I'm on the fence about the Cloverfield films. I've seen them, but no.
There's I have.
First one was pretty good. Second one was an interesting one. If you take in mind that it isn't really part of the Cloverfield universe, they just kind of stuck it in there. But the premise of it is pretty interesting.
Now, were those based off of a book or something?
Mm-mm.
Because maybe I just need to go back and rewatch them because it's been a while.
I don't think the first
But
one.
I just feel like there wasn't enough detail in the movie to tell you what was going on. Maybe I just missed something. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch them.
Well, the other ones may have been based off books. I don't know. I just know that they were movies that hadn't been picked up, or scripts that had not been picked up, that they would.
No,
tweak
that's
a
the
little
reason
bit.
why I was asking is because sometimes, I mean, you know this from being a big book reader, that most books are usually more detailed with the story. And so that's why I was wondering if there was more detail behind the story, because they didn't really go into super detail on how what was going on, like what caused all the alien invasion and all that crap, what was going on. Like it just didn't give you a lot of backstory on it, which I didn't like. Unless I missed something. That's how I remember it.
Yeah, it's a bad robot. If you think about it, though, if you look at the original Cloverfield, it's not unlike Godzilla. You didn't really get a lot of backstory. You just had the flimsiest of where'd the monster come from.
But wasn't Godzilla though the result of a nuclear testing?
Yeah, but
I mean that kind of gives you a good enough idea of where he came
okay,
from, though.
the monster in Cloverfield came from space because they covered that there was you see it splashing down in one of the clips in the background.
I thought Godzilla predated nuclear.
Huh.
Well, what I don't like about some alien movies,
Godzilla,
I really
1954.
I do like movies like Independence Day and stuff. I just wish that some of those movies would give a little bit better backstory on where the aliens
Well, the
came from,
premise
why
from
they're there.
Godzilla, Donald, wasn't Godzilla was created by nuclear fallout or something, or
There's
Yeah, it
been a
was
couple
nuclear.
different versions. There was it wasn't that he was created, but there's been
brought back to
mutations,
life or something?
mutations or woken up.
Yeah.
No, I thought the manga went before that.
I don't know about Godzilla
But you
manga.
know the waking up one would make more sense, Donald, if you're going by the newest movie,
Yes.
Godzilla versus Kong, because they came from Middle Earth pretty much, kind of the way that movie described it. I mean, that's
Well,
kind of what seems like that
Yeah.
would be the premises they'd be going off of.
Yeah.
The only issue I have with alien movies is
Nope,
they
the
only ever
debut
seem
was
to
in the
visit America.
his debut is in the 1954 film.
All right.
It's like the newer movie definitely would have went off of more waking up backstory than it would the
Yeah.
nuclear test.
It wasn't so much Middle Earth as Jules Verne.
But just what made that whole premise just completely off the wall, though, was they went down into this hole that took them down in the
Oh yeah,
way
the Hollow
down into
Earth.
the earth,
Yeah. Journey
and
to-
yeah, it had its own sun and everything, which was kind of weird.
Well, yeah, but if you think of it as they aren't going actually into the Earth, they're actually going to a different dimension. That's how I view it.
Oh, yeah, I never thought about it that way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a portal to another dimension. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Never really thought about it that way. Yeah. That would make way more sense than what I was thinking about. Like, because I just.
Yeah, that's the only way it makes sense. So that's why I
Yeah.
think of the middle of the Earth is a portal. So no matter which direction you enter it from, you're still taking a portal into that other dimension.
All right. I'm jumping off. I'll catch y'all later.
Okay, everybody, I think we're gonna close her down.
Okay.
Okay, everybody.
good
Hey,
night.
thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again in the morning, right?
Yep.
Yep.
That's
See
optimistic.
y'all tomorrow.
Okay, bye-bye. Take care.